Welcome, welcome, welcome all. Welcome to another stream. I'm doing this largely for VOD reasons. Well, this little bit right here. But we've just gone live, very impromptu, very quickly, earlier than we usually would. And I've done this because I wanted to catch the Shadow Behemoth on today's stream. So this is the guy right here. Those I doubt there's anyone watching this, like genuinely anyone watching this, that doesn't know what this is. I'm going to talk to you as though you don't know. So this is the Shadow Behemoth. He's one of the world bosses in Guild Wars 2. He's probably one of the most iconic of the world bosses because he appeared in very early convention demos. Probably the only guy that's more well-known or longer standing in Guild Wars 2 is the Shatterer, who also appeared in those demos and had a lot more focus from ArenaNet. But particularly this guy's quite iconic because he's in a starting map, right? This guy is in the very first map you'll play if you're a human character, and the whole map kind of worms you to him. So here's like very early level stuff, then there's like mid-level stuff, then there's a little bit higher here, and then sort of it all ends around here at the swamp. This is the longest heart to deal with, and the devs have always kind of encouraged players to see this boss here. So the Shadow Behemoth, a lot of us know about. He's a world boss, and today, I only sort of realised this quite recently, the Games Masters are setting up a thing for today's stream where we're going to do a speed kill of him. We're going to blow him up really, really fast. So in the old guild I used to be a part of, where we used to run a lot of triple trouble worms and stuff like that, I once upon a time had this really cool idea of going around to all the different world bosses in the game and nuking them as fast as possible, making little videos on that. And for the most part, this was ATT, we did pretty good with it. Everybody stepped up, they started commanding it. And we did a couple. We did Shadow Behemoth. We did something else as well. And then we like stalled for ages on Golem Mark 2. And as far as I'm aware, that the idea kind of died after that. I became a little bit less active with the guild around that time. And it sort of all ended. However, now we've spud and we're looking for things to do and ideas on the stream and stuff. The Games Masters are saying, it was basically just a very loose idea from quite a long time ago now. Let's try it out. Okay, so on this stream, we're gonna take up the challenge. We're gonna try and speed kill this boss. Now, when I used to do this with ATT, it was before Heart of Thorns. Heart of Thorns added a lot of power creep, and before, if you guys go to my second channel, Concrete Ducks, you'll notice I do have a video up there. We did a speed kill of this boss where we bypassed the vast majority of his mechanics and killed him very, very quickly. I'm hoping that without even having as much prep, or maybe even as many high-quality players, dare I say, with the Spud Club, we might be able to, just because of the power creep, we might still be able to match what I did with ATT oh so long ago, alright? So it should be really, really cool. It should be pretty interesting. And I wanted to show you how the fight usually works, at least before the stream. So we're going to kill this guy at the end of the stream. We're going to have the whole stream to like prepare for it. We'll do other stuff as well in the meantime, obviously. We'll chat about random stuff. We'll high horse. We'll rant about things. We'll act like we know what we're talking about, as always. But, yeah, so I wanted to show you this one first. Now, his mechanics, as you can see, is you can burn him, and then he goes into this defensive phase, where if you look up in the top right, it's hard to see on my user interface, I'm afraid, but there are 13 portals that open, and you have to run around the swamp. There's a larger UI, so you guys can see, killing these portals. So there's one over there, there's one over there, there's one over there. Once the portals die, which is what just happened, he's going to scream at you, summon a bunch of stuff, and go again. And so this is why people tend to ball around here, where you can see I've got my cursor right now, because this is the main area that the Shadow Behemoth is going to be attackable. So usually what you find is people just cluster here. They do as much damage as they can. This fight has been going on for... It started with 15 minutes remaining on the timer, and we're now at 7 minutes. So it's taken us 8 minutes already to get here. He's at 4% health. And there's a chance he might even survive this burn. And now the portals are up, and we do it again, you see? He might die to conditions there, which he did. So there you go. And finally he died. So that's how long... I kind of came here late, and we started the stream in the middle. But so it takes a while to kill him because of these portals. Now, if you play this well, if you're all good players, you can all basically stand here where this flame turret is. You can might up... You can get your banners up, you can get decent comps where you've got Assassin's Presence and all that kind of stuff, and empower allies. I don't know whether we'd run Druids or not, because Druids do boost your damage, but then they're also there for healing, which we don't care about here. So maybe it would be better just to take flat damage instead. But you just buff the shit out of everyone. The Shadow Behemoth spawns, and he can die before the first portal phase. Just like die, and you'll watch his house just go. And it's amazing, guys. It's really cool. No scaling tricks, none of that. He's a fully scaled Shadow Behemoth, but if everybody plays correctly, he dies very fast. And it's kind of one of these really exciting things I like to do in the game because it's a dramatic, different experience than you normally find, and it kind of just highlights something about the scaling of dynamic events in Guild Wars 2. There tends to be this community perception that things scale harder than they should. That, you know, if you have 50 people at an event, that event will take longer to finish than if you have just 4 people at an event, and that's because the events scale out of whack. And that's not actually true. The events mathematically are scaling correctly. They're scaling to the level that they probably should. It's just that when you have 50 people there, odds are that 40 of them are not focusing on the game. And I say it that way. Most people will say, oh, it's 40 of them are bad at the game. 40 of them are terrible, and I'm so good, and they're so bad. The truth is, a lot of us, even when we're good at the game, we're just not focusing in the open world because it doesn't matter. You can type 111111111 and get through a world boss. You can't type 1111111 and get through a raid boss, so people actually try. It's not that people are bad, it's that they're not focusing in the open world. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, hopefully 150 of you, into Queensdale, 2 squad up with all the right builds and stuffs, and we're going to kick ass. And the Games Masters should be running this. Like I said, I kicked the stream off a little bit early today just to show off that, so I don't know whether they're around already right now. And we got like 2 hours to kill anyway, or like maybe an hour before we do this. So yeah, but that's going to be one of the ideas of today's streams, and we'll see how it goes. And if it goes well, I don't know, maybe we can start looking at the other world bosses. Maybe I can eventually get YouTube videos out of it, and then we'll get even more people interested in this stuff, and then, yay, the club gets better and better and better and better and better. So, yeah, I'm just going to do a quick little kick sesh here of people who have been offline for a while. Oh, what? We don't have any... I was hoping to see some spuds who hadn't been online for a week, because they're easy to kick. And it's hard. I don't know about kicking sprouts. All right, look, if you've joined the guild and donated and then gone offline for 4 days in a row, I'm sorry, but you're going to get kicked. Hopefully I don't tick anyone off with this. Omega Doom. Is there a chance that someone who's been offline for 2 days logged in and then did this? Also, I was watching some of my VODs. I feel like the volume's a bit high quite often. Or at least dialogue volume. I don't like dialogue volume. Let's get rid of that. Let's just have environment up and maybe a bit of music. Is that good enough, guys? Tell me honestly if the balance is alright. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, yeah, alright, let's kick Omega Doom. I'm sorry, Omega Doom, but again, if you're already a player that's going offline 2 days in a row and stuff, right after joining, it's probably not a good sign yet anyway. Alright, so we'll kick those. We got seven slots for this stream. Since I did that video, guys, that showed off the magical forest in the background, since I did that, it's been mental, the amount of people who have wanted invites. Mental! Alright, let's drop the UI back down again, shall we? I also made a mistake in that video. I quite like the streams as a place that I can reveal my mistakes. So yeah, I made a mistake. I said that they'd never really done a big release in this window between Winter's Day and Halloween. And I was wrong. I was just straight up wrong about that. I don't know how I ended up so wrong about it, why I have that impression, because people pointed out there's actually been quite a lot of things that came out in that window. Tower of Nightmares came out in that window, 2 Living World Season 2 updates came out in that window, we had the first year stuff that came out in that window, and there was another thing as well that came out in that window that people pointed out. Like, a lot of stuff has come out in that window. I guess I've just been jaded by this last year, like, unnecessarily so I was totally wrong about that. And, yeah. Actually, I didn't like that video very much, but I really felt like I had to put something out because I've just been working on these scripts the whole time. I've actually written so much about scribing, guys, and decorations, so much about those things that I've bored myself. Like, writing the script, I've bored myself. I've spent so many days going in there and typing about fucking scribing, right? And where this new discipline sits and discussions of economy and stuff, that I'm actually bored. And I'm really scared now that the video, therefore, is also going to be boring because... oh, it's just so long. It's going to be like an hour-long video at least, on decorations and scribing at least. And I'm going to have to put a disclaimer in episode 1 of this review. hey guys, I'm sorry if this bores you, but I'm trying to be quite completionist about this, and I'm trying to be quite comprehensive, and I'm going to talk about everything I feel is relevant. So, buckle up, buckaroos, or get out, basically. I don't know, like, I'm going to have to, because I really, it's just so much that I've written. It just goes on and on and on and on. And then something else will strike me and I'll be like, oh yeah, I should have mentioned that. Like, I finished the Masteries video, or the Masteries recording and scripting and stuff like that, right? And I thought of something else that I hadn't considered for a while. And I was like, shit, I haven't put that in there. About, like, level 80, and I don't like how Masteries impact you before you're level 80 and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I wish I could add that. Just because stuff keeps coming up, and I'm like, I wish I could add it. I wish I could add it. I wish I could add it. It's just, it's too much. I don't know where the line is. I'm like insane. There has to be a line somewhere. And I've basically taken the stance of, oh, don't worry about the line, just go for it. Welcome, B-Boy. So B-Boy's our games master who I believe has championed the Shadow Behemoth event, and he's just arrived. So yeah, people are looking for him in Discord. You're totally good with long videos, says Lone Vault. Yeah, but not everyone is. And what you have to understand is this is going to be like a super long video, and then like 2 days later, another super long video, and then 2 days later, another super long video, and then 2 days later, another super long video, and then 2 days later, another. Like, honestly, and you know how that became a bit of a drone, me saying that there, I'm worried that the videos themselves will become a bit of a drone. I don't know. Since we're talking about the releases, I think ArenaNet always makes one huge mistake. They announce everything. I think they should just upload the patch and let the community spread the rumor. That's a huge topic there, ASIC W. That is a huge topic. And believe me, you you would, by saying something like that, you catch the attention of a lot of people who are starkly in the opposite camp. And that's always the discussion, right? That's always the discussion. How much do the devs throw out? I'm a very conservative guy, like in terms of design and development and stuff. I think, you know how people tend to have this perspective of games companies having the higher ups who muscle out the opinions of the devs and stuff like that, and you know they're all very, and they have the more conservative opinions. I think I'm that guy. I really do think I'm that guy, because I'm kind of in the camp of, yeah, don't say shit. Doesn't matter what the community think. Don't say anything. Speak with your patches, not with your mouth. Right? Like, I'm very much like that. And I'm very much like, yeah, add grindy rewards, because I want people to keep playing. And I'm very much like I really am. I don't know. I sort of have to face that. But yeah, so I'm just in Ember Bay, just while we kill some time here for now. I don't actually know what we're going to do for the rest of the stream. I'm kind of banking on the Games Masters to tell me what their time frames are, what they're thinking about. We've got plenty of interesting things to do. And I know people like watching Ember Bay, because Ember Bay is the new map that a lot of us haven't really played. So something sad that came out as well. And I'm so sad that this news came out, guys, alright? And we've got to talk about it. I really want to hear what you think, right? There was another financial earnings report. And Q3 was again the lowest quarter they've ever had. There's some smug twat that listened to me just there and went, yeah, obviously. Guild Wars 2 sucks, right? Like, and I know you're out there. But that honestly isn't obvious to me that that was going to happen. That really saddens me. That saddens me because they put fucking hard graft into this game these most recent months. And we've had good patches these recent months. We have. And it's still the lowest quarter. It's not obvious, as much as the little wankers that want to hate on the game would suggest that it was obvious. It's not obvious. There has been a lot that's gone in. And so the thought that the population still shrank, or the thought that, I mean, what is that? Is that the population shrinking, or is that just they're not monetizing very well? What are your opinions on that, guys? Last time we heard that they'd had their lowest quarter earlier. Ever, you know, it was sort of to be expected for me. A lot of us were grumpy. We'd just been in the longest content drought I think that the game's ever gone through, and that had been just after we come out of the high of an expansion. So you take a big high and you match it with a very low low. It wasn't a good feeling to be in the community, but this time I don't know, man. I feel like that's really undeserved. I feel like that's really sad. Maybe it's not a surprise that the Black Lion update just came out right now. I mean, what is that? Is that a reflection of the population, of the state of the game, of the content, or is that just a reflection of the gem store and the waning sales of glider monetization and stuff like that? As some people said on Reddit, isn't quarter 4 always low on sales? Well, that was quarter 3, wasn't it? Or are you saying quarter 3 is always low on sales? Is it reflective of the games industry in general? Is that what you, could that be a thing? Because it's kind of like for me, the best comparison I can draw for the job that I've been working recently, right? Like as a YouTuber, okay. Oh god. The best comparison I can draw is people generally never click ads. Well, not never, but much more rarely click ads. And sales across advertising are very low shortly after Christmas, okay? So if I rate my channel purely on what I earn on my channel, I can work my arse off. I can do really good videos. I can do really well-informed discussion. I can up production quality. I can up consistency. I can up quantity, and I can really, again, put in hard graft during the months just after Christmas, and yet I won't see much earnings on that. And so I could be like, oh man, my channel's not growing. Oh, I'm not doing good, blah, blah, blah. But actually what that's actually reflective of is just the fact that sales are never good during those months for advertising. And, yeah, we're running apples. We did a stream of that last stream. But just while I rant about this stuff, this is good grind. This is nice. This is nice. Mindless stuff where we can actually make progress while we talk about other things. So maybe this is similar, right? For this being the lowest quarter. Like, what do we think? Is this already too much discussion on a non-important issue, or is this something we should all sit up and pay attention to? Should we listen to, you know, the salty douchebags that want everybody to flood away from the game because look, it's clearly dying, guys. You need to leave. Come play Overwatch with me. You know. Oh my god, there's a lot of comments. You know, I was wondering, guys, should I start putting on my streams? For the VODs mainly, this would be. So VOD people, I know you're on a bit of a delay, but leave your comments. Should I start putting chat on screen for people? Because I've been watching a lot of VODs of different streams recently, and it does add a lot more to watching it on YouTube when you get to see, because there's so much chat. And we tend to, like, we don't have people spamming in caps bollock stuff. We don't generally, well, I don't know, I don't really encourage that because I don't really care for it. Generally, our chat's pretty good, right? For a similar sized stream on other places where you just get shit tons of kappa and nonsense bollocks and copy pasting. We get quite a lot of very good chat, I think, and you just miss that completely on YouTube. It would clutter the screen up more, though, on the streams. So, what do you guys think? I don't know whether it would add a bit more. Like, I was watching my own VODs the other day, like I say, and not only did I notice the audio, but I also thought it feels a bit more hollow watching it on YouTube than otherwise I could. You're going to wait for Legion's hype train to die down before you pass judgments on the dips of other MMOs? Oh, so you think Legion is... Really? You think that that's caused a bit of a recession? Again, that's like a more global thing. Yes, we should. You can just cover up the map with it. Oh, what? In the bottom right-hand corner? This can be chat. That's an interesting idea. We'd only have like a very short buffer on it. We'd only get a very, very, very few messages. I'll work away on that. We did a bit of good. Oh my god, that just reminded me. I've still got to work on the panels and stuff. I just fucking shot that dead in the water with Waldir before. I need to get back on that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we did a lot of good little work and improvements to the stream the other day, but the actual stream content itself never changed at all. So, well, except the intro. No Twitch chat spam and wooden potatoes stream. Feels bad, man. I don't. Yes, that's a good thing. You're actually sitting there watching the entire Zero to Hero series. I don't really miss Twitch chat. Well, yeah, I think a lot of people just treat it like podcasts, really. Except maybe the PvP streams where you kind of need the visuals to watch why I'm getting so angry and sad. Can't you just watch the VOD on Twitch if you want the chat? You can, but Twitch purges them. That's the whole reason that... Well, one of the reasons that Wooden Potatoes 2 exists. Wooden Potatoes 2 makes it a permanent... Well, as far as YouTube is permanent thing to exist. Also, there are tools provided by Google themselves that allow you to download everything about your channels. So, it's like, even if YouTube announced one day, sorry guys, we're going under, we're tanking, I could pull every single bit of work and documentation of my life and my channel off of YouTube onto some enormous hard drive, and you can have all the metadata and stuff with those videos come down as well. So it's kind of that idea of permanence that I like. Streaming feels a lot more pointless to me if it doesn't build into some everlasting backlog of stuff that shows, hey, this is Wooden Potatoes, this is who he was, this is what he did. You know, I really like that. I really think that. So, yeah. The fact that Wooden Potatoes 2 exists gives me so much more motivation to stream. It's true. It really does. Even though some guy, if you're watching still, alright, because it was quite an old VOD by now, some guy left some comment going, WP, at least edit out the intros. It's just 20 seconds on editing software. And I can't help but smile at a comment like that, because that's like, it's such a misinformed, silly little comment, like, and self-assured, arrogant comment, right? It's not 20 seconds in editing software. To tell you the truth, I could do it quite quickly with YouTube editing, where you, like, cull out the start or the end. That it is possible, but that's not what this guy was talking about. This guy was like, it's just 20 seconds. It's not just 20 seconds. That adds to what is currently a very simple 2-click process. The entirety of downloading something off of Twitch, which already is annoying with the different tools and things. Downloading it, hauling it into the editing software, or a muxer to cut the front out, which would be much better. But if you did it in editing software, as this guy suggested, it would require an entire new render process to put it out on hour-long productions, okay, which is a huge amount of time to wait, and then a full manual re-upload to YouTube after that. 20 seconds in editing software. Such a misinformed, stupid comment. I'm so sorry, like, Jesus Christ. There are much better ways to cut out that intro that you could have suggested I do, and you didn't, and you acted like you knew what you're talking about. Mental. Anyway, sorry, we're doing I'm sorry, not high horsing. Not high horsing. We're good. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I should at least find his name so he feels gratified in some way that I'm talking about what he said. Anyway, yeah, we're doing a potato giveaway. I only have a few more apples to run, guys, then we'll do something. Someone in chat give me an idea of something to do. Should I do more daily? Ugh. Should we go for another Ascended Trinket? Should I show off my Fractals build? I'm not quite finished with it, but I'm actually getting really happy with my Fractals build. It is such a hard carry for tier 4 Fractals. And once I change the armor and gear that it's running, it will be so much better. Oh my god. I'm going to swap it to Apothecaries, alright? Because then it will actually contribute a little bit more as well into the damage component. But it's basically just like heavy 50% damage reduction on everyone in your group, massive heals with insanely high quality of life. Even if you have these people just charging around all over the place. I did not think this ley line would catch me. That's awesome. Charging around all over the place like headless chickens. You can still get huge heals, massive blind uptime for where you want it. Significant CC for break butts. You have everything you need. You really do have everything you need that Fractals can throw at you. And it makes stuff so easily. Good might that you can pump out on people. I'm going to refrain from suggesting it seriously, but you can do a variant where there's a lot of fury, but honestly, you don't really need that much. But if you needed it, you could do that. You could trade some stuff in for that. Do the new emotes I mentioned a week or two ago work now? They do work, you just have to double type Tato in front of them. So it's and they're listed all below the stream right now. So you can try those out. No, I need to change that as well. That's what I said. I shot that stuff in the water. I need to sort that stuff out. But yeah, you have to sub to use the emotes. And I missed some overlays there. I'm sorry, guys. Let me pull this up here. Okay. So we are getting some messages, I think, coming in about SB as well. Let me read these. For now, do whatever I want on streams. Alright, guys. So the main thing is, listen, if you are watching, if you want to be a part of this, and it is hilarious. You know how, like, sometimes you can bug out an event with scaling? Maybe you've never even seen this. Maybe you don't play the game enough to have seen this. But you know how you can imagine, like, a really big, dangerous boss or something that takes ages to kill. And you'll be doing some kind of train. And the commander will sort it out so that it gets like bugged out in scaling for a second, and you just see like the mob wipe like ridiculously fast, okay, like it's a Queensdale worm, okay, and you're level 80. You know that kind of experience. We will have that experience for Shadow Behemoth. It is really fun. It is really eye-opening, and it's not about bugged out events. It's just playing the game well. So if you want to be a part of that, if you feel like you know some very basic rotations on a warrior, on an Ellie, on any of these kind of very meta high damage little groups, okay, if you feel like you want to do that in Queensdale, please do come along to this event. I really for basically 2 hours I'm begging you to come to this, all right, because it will be super fun. And if you want to do it, all you have to do is go into our Discord. Discord doesn't require you sign up to it. It doesn't require you download anything. Just in chat right now, alt tab over. You don't have to talk. You don't have to open your mic. You don't, well, it would be nice if you listen to the comms in there, all right? But just go to the Discord and you'll see people are grouping up for the events there. Just head on in, and there will be further instructions. People are ferrying into squads. They're sorting themselves out. All of our guildies are going for it right now. It's going to be awesome, all right? In fact, I'm going to tweet the stream out in a second, because I haven't really advertised this stream at all so far. And, can I get someone to confirm if we're doing giveaways? Can we do, like, a big giveaway so that I can do a tweet saying there's a big giveaway so we can get more people in? So that we get even more people for the subgroup. Can someone doing giveaways at the moment just roll a big one? Not too big, obviously, because we've only got a certain amount of funds. But a bigger giveaway so I can tweet, hey, we're doing a big giveaway. Yeah, we did like a trivia quiz in Discord as well, with a lot of gold getting given away the other day. Anyway, I don't want the whole content of the stream to be about that. Let me scroll up, because I missed a lot of comments about the fact we had a low quarter earlier. As long as they're not off the screen so far. Alright, here we are. They're quite high up, but they are there. The reason you don't play any longer like you used to is because of SPVP. It just isn't doing it for me anymore. And the additional elite specs, it just went down, to be frank. What is it about those? Oh, is that it? Did we do it? Did we finish it? Holy shit. Oh, no. We need 10 more. I was going to say, that felt way less grindy than I expected. Just 10 more. That's not so bad. I'll probably do those on another day. Let's finish Magic Gatherer, I guess. And then we'll leave it there. Maybe we can run the JP very quickly. I can impress people with how good I am at it, despite the fact I haven't done it for months. And get really pissed off and sad. We do get Petrified Wood at the end, which is what I want. So, that might be fun. We might do the worm thing as well, actually. Because it wants me to do the rock tour. And if I do the worm thing, then that counts as doing the tour. And I'll get even more Petrified Wood. Have I noticed that since the expansion, Guild Wars 2 has little to no more presence on popular websites? I don't know what you're talking about there, really. Because it never had any presence on popular websites before the expansion. Like, this is one of those things I feel like perceptions are getting a bit fucky over time. Here's what Guild Wars 2 was. It was nothing. Pre-release hype, shit, it's on a lot of popular gaming stuff. It's everywhere. All the YouTube bandwagoners, pretty much any YouTuber with a big following or whatever, they're all looking at it because they know that it's something to bandwagon to and it's something to fuck about with for a little while. It's mainstream. Everybody's talking about it. 2 weeks after release, it's fucking nothing. It's gone again. The South Sun update and the Ascended Trinket thing, it was a little bit more in mainstream gaming because it was one of these fun stories you could earn a quick buck on, talking about how corrupt ArenaNet was and how they'd gone back on what they were talking about, and it was an easy way to get in on a negative hype train. After that, fuck all for years. Nothing. Heart of Thorns came out, and it was barely scraping the surface of mainstream media. There was a lot more hype and popularity around it and a lot of growth. And within our community, I would say that we definitely had a lot of growth and a lot more people were returning and interested. But even around Heart of Thorns, it was barely scratching the surface. Heart of Thorns released, and we're back to fuck all. It's not new. It's not news. We're not in a different situation right now. Population or sales and things. Well, sales. Population is probably a very different metric, right? But sales might be consistently low at the moment, lowest than they've ever been. How bizarre is that to think about? But on all seriousness, in terms of Guild Wars 2 in mainstream media, it has not been up there for a long time. People don't care unless it's new. It's just the way it is. And it's a sad thing for me to think about, because if this game this Guild Wars 2 was what was releasing in 2012, it would have been huge. It really, really would have been ungodly huge. But just because it doesn't have this arbitrary, oh, it's new tag to it, it falls away. I mean, I could get into some pretty deep discussions there. Like, I honestly think, and I hate to say this about any World versus Worlder, I really, really do. But I was watching a discussion on Tea Time, I think it was on Tea Time, where they were talking a little bit about World versus World, and I very much agreed with what they were saying at that point. They were saying something like, what broke about World versus World is people learned how to optimize it. And this kind of keys into a larger discussion, I think, about simply the fact that, and again, World vs. World is going to hate me for this, but it's kind of like, the problem with World vs. World right now is everyone who's played World vs. World since the launch of Guild Wars 2. They're the problem with World vs. World. They know, everyone who's played Guild Wars 2 in general, they know what World vs. World meta strategies are. They have boiled the game type down to playing purely for karma training or caps or whatever. That magic of siege in loads of random places all over the fucking place. That magic of never knowing whether someone's level 80 and in good gear or level 40 and in bad gear. That magic of someone who knows a little bit more about a very niche little build or how to counter. All that magic, that asymmetry that World vs. World was always supposed to thrive on, that is gone because the community is experienced. Because Guild Wars 2 is an old game. That is all it is. If you swapped every single Guild Wars 2 player of today, if you killed us all, if you threw us all in a ditch, Wooden Potatoes, any other content creator you like, every guildie you know, and yourselves, we all disappeared, and you threw in an entirely new batch of Guild Wars 2 players who, population-wise, matched us, the game would be so much loved and in such an incredible state, you have no idea. If it was entirely new people that went into World vs. World, if you destroyed that entire audience, World vs. World would be loved as it is right now. It would be adored. They would love the turrets that throw people off in the desert borderlands. They would love the PvE event getting mixed in there. I seriously stand by that. And for many, 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 many months, years even, they would continue to love it. And it would take them way longer to get salty about that game type and for that game type to die than original World vs. World did. Do you get what I mean? I really do believe that. I really, really do believe that. I think eventually people would get salty about it again. Eventually, when again things became optimized. But it would give ArenaNet this huge buffer period to sort some shit out, I think, basically. But obviously that's some magic, weird, almost stupid thing for me to talk about because that's never going to happen. It's just sort of a theoretical thing. I really do stand by that. I don't know. Somebody make me feel stupid. Somebody counter me in chat with that. If that's your perspective, do you think the game can get old graciously, so to speak? Could World vs. World been good now in its old age? Oh, what a great question. I got no idea. Maybe there's some very idealistic players out there who think that, yes, if ArenaNet had been perfect, that it could have. But I mean, yes, yeah. The answer to that is yes. There is a magical, crazy, bizarre world in which World vs. World had been a perfect game type. But I'll tell you what, it was never as a part of Guild Wars 2. It was if the only way that would have happened, I honestly think the only way if that would have happened is if ArenaNet had released it as a separate game. Just like with SPVP. Same, you can copy-paste this entire discussion over to SPVP, I think. If they hadn't released an MMO that tried to be 3 games at once, but instead had tried to release a competitive PvP game all on its lonesome, that they could focus on purely on its lonesome, if they had done that, there was a much greater chance that it could have got old graciously, that it could have rose in Twitch viewership, that it could have been this and this and this. If they had released a pure PvE game, I mean, PvE's had the majority of focus in Guild Wars 2 anyway, so, you know, it's a bit of a lesser argument. But for World vs. World, if they had purely released a game that sought to be Dark Age of Camelot plus, and it was purely about Realm versus Realm and nothing else, if they had done that, I think that they could have done it. But the thing is, Guild Wars 2 sought to be all 3 at once. Which meant that what happened shortly after the release of Guild Wars 2? Did we get a massive PvP update? Did we get a massive World vs. World update? Or did we get a massive PvE update? We got a massive PvE update. We got the secret, well, was it the secret South? It wasn't the secret South Sun, was it? We got the South Sun Cove update, and we got Fractals, and we got Ascended Gear. That's checkpoint 1. So, you know, they can only focus on so much at once. You know, and I really do admire the bollocks on 2010 ArenaNet. I really do. Here was a bunch of people that knew that was a thing, and they were like, screw it, what's the perfect MMO? And the perfect MMO had all three. And they were like, I want to make the perfect MMO, so we're going to have all three. Let's do it. You know, that takes some serious balls. Maybe that takes naivety, you might say. And maybe they themselves might say something like that now. But, oh my god, this is crazy. But you got to admire it, right? Just like success or failure, I admire their decision to try the whole living world thing instead of properly splitting straight away and making an expansion at the same time as developing the game. You know, I admire that they were like, let's break the mold even further. We've broken the mold in several ways already, but let's break it even further so that we're not a nothing 4 years in the future. That wasn't high enough, I don't think. But yeah. Sorry guys, I shouldn't be doing this. We're having a big old chat and I'm in a jumping puzzle, which means I can't look at what any of you have to say. I didn't even see. Are we going to do a big giveaway? I'm just going to assume that we're doing a big... Okay, Soaring Staff Skin. So is that over 100G or something? Alright, we're going to do a big giveaway, guys. And I'm going to tweet the stream. Alright. Alright, there we go. Alright. So I've tweeted it out. Problem with World vs. World is the crumbling server communities because of bandwagoning and the dropping population that can't support a 24/7 game mode. Yeah, the thing is, maybe if I'd played more World vs. World, I could address that argument a little bit closer. I think I see that sentiment all the time though, so it probably has some value, right? Some? Jesus, I forgot how slippery and frustrating this was. But yeah, like that core principle, I really do think if you just swapped all the players, if you just got rid of them all, if you just got rid of all of us, if you got rid of all of us and you somehow could convince broad mainstream gaming that Guild Wars 2 was actually a new game that was just releasing and had never existed before and everyone should be interested in it. If you could do that, if you could propagate that lie, if you could sweep the past X amount of years under the rug completely and act like this is all new, you would. It would be amazing for the game, but you can't, obviously. I mean, what actually theoretically holds it back? Graphically, it stands up as a game that could release this year. I messed up big time there. What was I supposed to do there? I forget. Can I make it? Oh, I fell all the way. Let's kill ourselves. I messed up big time. If we're talking Q3, it's possible people are saving their money for the plethora of titles coming out in October, November, repost. So there's something further there. You might say, all right, there you go, that excuses it. But then, what do you guys think about this? All right, what do you think about this statement? The death of all games is just the release of other games. It's not the passing of time; it's the release of other games that compete with it. And those games don't have to be in the same genre. So, you know, maybe that's a non-comment would be my point. Maybe, so what? That's what it always is. Guild Wars 2 always drops because other games come out. That's a sign that this is no longer of the quality and the freshness to compete with other people, right? You know, I never really used to appreciate that either, but the first time I did was I noticed, I mean, I'm a YouTuber, so, I can't even first party look at Guild Wars 2's population and stuff, but when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, 4? When it came out, right, I noticed a serious hit on my viewership, specifically because that game came out. A serious hit, because everybody buggered off to play that game. Like, very significant. And, like, Guild Wars 2 itself would have felt, if I felt that, Guild Wars 2 would have felt that. So it does happen. So, you know, is this just a natural progression? Is this because Overwatch exists now? Is this because... Alright. Some of these other titles exist that people have all flocked away to? Is it because now that Guild Wars 2 has pushed itself into a place where it absolutely... I've forgotten where I go from here. I legitimately have forgotten where I go. I go into that eye, don't I, on the right? Supposed to come in here, I think. Is it because people now just are anticipating expansions? And that's it. Shit, man. Alright, I don't remember when we go. Do we go when it's up? Let's go when it's up. That seems like it's smartest. Oh, God, I wanted to go. Okay, we made it. Oh, we sort of made it. Jesus, it's really hard to see what things we can stand on right now. Hold on, guys. Just gotta be very careful. Very patient. Come on, man. Come on. It's so dark. There we go. Ancient chest. And the thing should be up here as well, right? No? You know, so like now, so never before in Guild Wars have we been so comfortable and so ready to say, oh, I'll just wait till the next expansion. I'll stop playing. I'll just keep an eye on WP's channel, and when he's talking about the next expansion, I'll come back. You know, maybe it's that. Maybe because they put themselves, their community into that mindset, which is what they were always trying to avoid, by the way, with Living World. Again, quite admirably, I would say. Maybe because they've done this now we're feeling the effects of it. I don't know what to do here. Do I just go? I don't really know how to work on the timing. I also don't think I'm going to make this. Oh, maybe I will. Maybe I will. This is such a cool glide. Oh, no! Dark Souls is an interesting game when it came to the release of a new game killing the old. Usually when a new Souls game comes out, people rush to the new ones, then go back to the others, so population of the old games tends to grow after release. Yeah, I can see that. I think to an extent, you will see, that's why Guild Wars 1 still is as populated as it is. Oh my god, I've never actually messed that jump up, and I've just done it twice in a row now. In my case, I do not play other games. My investment in Guild Wars 2 depends on the quality of the gem store. You play no other games. You know, Matt used to talk to me about that. He used to say, oh, there's Guild Wars 2 he used to suggest that, like, most Guild Wars 2 players... Well, maybe not most. I don't know. He used to talk about that a lot. The Guild Wars 2 players that play nothing else, that just never broaden their horizons, that do nothing else. Because Matt went through a big thing, obviously, where he started playing lots of other games and whatever. And like my impression, whenever we talked about that, my impression has always been that the amount of people who actually only play one game is pathetically small and completely inconsiderable. I honestly feel like people like that who only play one game, and that game is Guild Wars 2. That's like an absurdly small niche. So it's really crazy for me to hear you say, maybe that proves him right a bit, right? To hear you say on the stream here, oh, I only play Guild Wars 2. How can you only play Guild Wars 2? What is that? Even I play more than Guild Wars 2, and I cover this game for a living. I mean, that is mental to me. Only Guild Wars 2? Alright, where do we go now? I forget where we go now. This was a big one that people were talking to me about. I remember. Okay, right. So last time we got stuck here, and people were saying like just glide across or something. I think is what they were saying, wasn't it? Because I kept trying to go around on the right, and they were saying just glide across. Oh no. We just go straight to it, don't we? Yeah, to this. Correct? Incorrect? There we go. Yeah, I remember. That's you guys who taught me that is. And now we go like... Oh, yeah, over there. Oh, no, not too early, Okay, we're good, I think. Oh, ooh. Okay. Oh, it's up to that, is it, first? Oh, God. Is it around over there? Yeah, okay. Alright, now up to this. Now this. Alright, okay. Okay, and from here it's like... No! Why? Alright, ending the giveaway. Welcome everybody who came for the giveaway. Just to teach about the stream. The stream is not about this jumping puzzle the entire time. This stream is about... we're going to speed killing the Shadow Behemoth. Speed killing him. Please do me a favor and go restart, like go to my VODs and watch how I opened this stream, because it's got a wonderful discussion about everything. that I'm hesitant to say again because repeating myself isn't very fun. But what I will do is, right before we do it, I'll give a full explanation. Head into our Discords, have a chat with the people there. Oh, okay, we made it. And we're gonna blow him up so fast it will make your head spin. We're gonna bypass most of his mechanics. It's going to be amazing. There we go. Come over to this. Oh no! 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 Oh, what? Oh, I need to pay attention here. All right, I'm dead again. It really helps if you're tired of stuff in GW2. If you're looking for a challenge, play Dark Souls. If you're looking for loot, play a good action RPG like Sacred 2. Sacred 2, that's interesting because Sacred 2 Gold, right? I actually installed that the other day and played about the first like hour of it before not playing it again. But apparently, the ratings for that really weren't as good as I thought they were. And then the sequel that came out was like really bad. There was a Sacred 3, right? And everyone hated on it because they just changed it completely. How did I mess this up? What's going on, man? Damn it. How can you get into the guild? You just whisper me. I kicked a bunch of people today to allow people to get more in. Somebody asked me if I kicked anyone, and they said, no problem, I just... Yes. Alright, guys, if you're asking for an invite to Spud, it seems like people are slowly becoming less aware of this. If you're joining Spud, you're not some magical, like... You know, it's always because I've kicked someone for you, alright? It's always... If you're asking for an invite, I have kicked someone for you. And why is that relevant? Because it means you can be kicked yourself. If you're offline for a while... I will end up kicking you for someone else, alright? Like, you don't just get in forever. Kicking is a part of the guild. All you have to do is ask for another invite and you're back in, alright? So please don't be offended if you get kicked. I've had some people starting to, like, they're shocked that they've been kicked. I don't know what they think. Oh my god, I need to stop. Alright, here we go. We're gonna do it next time. I can't believe I messed that other jump up before. Alright, here we go. You've been enjoying Stardew Valley? Yeah, I was enjoying that too. I thought that was a really cool game. I was really looking forward to doing co-op on Visual Wood. That would have been awesome. I suppose now that it's over, I could just find a way to play it anyway. Maybe just don't do this giveaway. Give all rewards straight to him. Wait, what happened? You don't even need to ask Waldir for his account name. Would Waldir win another giveaway, really? That's awesome. Well, he deserves it. He's been helping out a lot with the stream. Alright, here we go. Oh. Why? What's happening? What's happening? What am I doing wrong? This is gonna start annoying you lot now. Do you have any advice in getting over the hump of tier 2 and 3 fractals? Tier 1 is fine and people are nice. As soon as I try out 2, people are toxic as if it were a MOBA. I've never encountered any toxicity in fractals ever. But maybe tier 2, actually, I don't know, maybe yeah, tier 2 and tier 3 are, tier 2 and tier, it's a bit like when you're diamond in PvP, you're not like quite at the end, so you're just playing for fun, you're like all try hard and douchey. I don't know, I don't really know what to say about that. Maybe just play a lot of tier 1, get yourself the AR for T4, you can do that in tier 1, right? It would just take a while. I don't know, you can do that anyway. Buy all your agony stuff so that you can get enough AR for T4 and just play in there. Honestly, I've never encountered any toxicity in T4 and I do it through LFG every day. There we go. I think we just weren't going sheer enough. Every day. Alright, shh guys, it's fine. Here we go. So what is it we do from here? We glide to that, right? Yeah, that was what we messed up. Okay. It might, again, though, just be because we never struggle. Because, again, I run a build that carries quite hard. Most people don't know what the hell they're doing. And so they just try and run Necros. So they just load in on Necros. And they're like, oh, you know, like they don't want to have to worry about anything else. Okay, this catches you at least, right? So I can try this again. I've never messed that jump up. Let's try this again. So we come here, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. Jump. There we go. Okay. And yeah, it's usually quite simple, quite brainless. Get it done in about half an hour to 40 minutes. That's all the tier 4 ones and the the recommendeds. Might take the upper part of 40 minutes if you've got my trin and people really are just running necro. People just sort of don't know what they're doing. Because my trin will take a long time. It can be quite comfy if you've got a really good group and you actually think about it. But quite often it's not. Alright, last checkpoint. We're nearly at the end now. I feel like people these days have short attention spans and crave for instant gratifications. Everything is repeated more than twice. It's called grind. It's interesting you say that, Trisman, because I had to like walk some interesting lines in my review of Heart of Thorns. It is quite crazy to me, actually. As I'm doing it, right, when I talked about masteries, a big relevant area of discussion came up about how many people found them grindy at launch, and ArenaNet had to change it. When I talked about elite specializations, a lot of it came up that a lot of people found them grindy at launch, and how ArenaNet had to change it with the hero challenges. When I talked about scribing, a lot of people were talking about how expensive it was at launch and how people found it was too difficult to access, and ArenaNet had to change it. And I've noticed this just comes up over and over and over and over again. And sometimes I agree with people that it was difficult, and sometimes I disagree with people that it was difficult. And so it's really, really, really interesting how much it came up, though. It honestly, in retrospect, makes the release of Heart of Thorns look like a fucking shambles. Like, really bad. Just with the frequency that comes up. When I never really considered it that bad as I was playing it. Because, you know, I was in there, I was enjoying the content, I was doing my own thing. So, I don't know whether... I could try and lightning hammer up like that. Like, over that ridge. Alright, that wasn't smart. But yeah, that really struck me, how often I was having that discussion before. T2 and 3 are relatively easy because you don't have to deal with some of the stuff happen or the fractal effects where you're in the wrong spot and you get screwed. I noticed there are a lot of people dropping if a group fail. Again, I've just not really... I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's some of the instabs there are really frustrating. I'm not sure what to tell you, honestly. It sucks that people get all weird and toxic. And I do definitely feel like there's a thing where people get more toxic right before, when they're not good enough really to have, you know, if you're not 100 yet, if you're only around 70 or something, you're probably in that group of, oh, these people are really toxic. I don't know. Often. Like, a higher likelihood to be toxic. At least over with PvP, I see that a lot. I don't remember where to go here. Well, I thought it was over there, around on the right, wasn't it? I thought it was over to that. That guy just went around on the left, so maybe I should go around the left. Because you can stand on this, right? That's what it is, yeah. That's like a big dick move that you can stand on that one, because it's not very well telegraphed through the lighting that you can actually stand on it. Why? Come on! What? That's some serious baloney, man! Ah! Oh, look, that guy isn't going on the wall. He's just climbing up. Oh, you can just climb up. I'm overcomplicating this. So he just went up. See, this is what I was talking about before, by the way, when I was first, like, reviewing, shall we say, the jumping puzzle. You know, like, it's a very different experience doing it your first time versus doing it when the patch first comes out versus doing it any other time. Because any other time, a huge part of it is it's an MMO. You watch the way other people go and they make it easier for you, even without formally grouping up or doing, you know, or any actual collaboration. Like this guy here has unwittingly helped me. There we go. How did I mess that up before? I've messed up some weird sauce today. Do I go over there now, or do I keep climbing this? I really don't know. Do I keep climbing? I'm gonna try and go straight away. Alright, yeah, we'll go straight away. Okay, nice. Sorry guys, I know, I'm doing so bad with chat. I'm so sorry. Alright, here we go. I like this bit, because it feels really difficult and scary when, because of gliding, it's actually not that high risk. Alright, woo! Nearly there, guys. This is the risky bit. I'm just going to look at chat for a second. Nike says, I think the way to deal with fractal toxicity of standing in the wrong spot is to watch some guides and learn what to do properly. Always good advice. I mean, I really think the problem with fractals is... they don't scale harshly enough, in my opinion. They really don't, because, like, what you tend to find is all the way through tier 1 and most of the lower things. Like, when I do my recommended, what's the highest a recommended can end up? It's like scale 40. When you do that, right, if you take, like I go every day, I LFG for T4s, we blitz through them, never really wipe or trouble. Or have trouble. There's very rarely any toxicity. Sometimes we'll wipe on, like, a specific encounter because of something stupid. And then we'll go do our recommendeds. And that group that just cleared the T4s will always slaughter the recommendeds. The highest recommended that I could end up doing is a 40, right? And stuff still, like, explodes. Stuff still dies ridiculously fast. Stuff is still, like, going way too quickly. And what I think, when you have almost half of your fractal, there are 100 total fractals, right? If all the way up to at least 40, it's a cheese fest that's just completely ignorable. You're not having people properly learn the mechanics as they roll in, because and ArenaNet assessed that, and they tried to make stuff a bit tankier or whatever. But, like, I don't know. Fractals is such a great concept to piecemeal teach people what the bad spots are. They are such a great concept for that. Fractals, when the scaling is implemented correctly, I think is one of the very few, unlike raids, right, which is like a brick wall that you really should go watch videos and read guides and learn how to do and learn your role and stuff first. Fractals can ease you into that stuff, and people aren't eased into that stuff because in the very best case scenario, they're actually climbing the progression, but most of the time they just fractal 40 farmed their way through the first huge amount, and it's like, oh, all right, there you go. Now actually you have to play, all right? Now you're in tier 2, tier 3, you actually have to play. You have no idea what you're doing. People get salty about it, and suddenly those become very toxic, maybe? I don't know, like I said, I haven't experienced much there, but I'll take your word for it that there's a lot around that level. I don't know, so I think that's unfortunate. I also think that, I mean, we talked about this literally last week. Oh god, what am I doing here? Let's just be clear. No! No. No. Oh, come on, ArenaNet, let me up. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. What am I supposed to do from here? Oh my god, it's so slippery. Can I maybe... Am I fucked? Is that it? Is that over? Is it GG? Right at the end. I can't believe it. Am I fucked? Best I can do is get on this. Oh, I'm fucked. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That guy's not a mesmer. I can't believe it. How would I recommend someone actually starting going into fractals? I'm finding it super difficult to get into because ascended gear is so expensive to obtain. I'm fucked. Alright, it's over. Seriously, I can't believe how that went, honestly. Like, there were so many situations there, basic jumps and simple things, that I just never managed to execute today. That I never even blinked at before. The last chance I might have is like, I don't know, like honestly getting into fractals, by the way, like I'd say it's really comfortable in terms of difficulty. I would just slowly get your ascended stuff through a range of content. Like, you'll get rings and stuff before they really ask you to have too much AR. As far as I understand, the scaling is quite comfortable, but that's the kind of thing that 0 to hero would be pretty cool if we ever restart it. Come on, you got to finish it, don't give up. Well, I don't know what I can do now. That's it. We're mashed potatoes, guys. That's it. It's over. Yeah, so Nike said you can get 99 AR from trinkets alone, and that's enough to get up to 70s or 80s. And that's huge, right? Like, that's... the trinkets aren't hard to get, guys. The trinkets are log in for an amulet, alright? Play the game for a little bit. Do guild missions. Very easy. I mean, there's so many other ways as well. Look at the new maps. Seriously, look at like Ember Bay. Look at Bloodstone Fen. Look how easy ascended trinkets are to get these days. They're seriously, like, too easy in my opinion. Like, they're getting totally very, very comfortable to get. You have lots of options. Trinkets are not that bad. The worst you'll come up is a back piece. But again, the new maps even get you those quite comfortably. Or just raw gold can do it through the Mystic Forge. So whack out that credit card. That's not my serious advice. Oh, I'm so sad. Alright, well, I guess we won't just stand here forever. Do you know what? Screw it. Do you know what? I'm not having that. I'm going to do it again. It's only the last checkpoint. We're fine. We're not giving up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna. Yeah, we're going back. Yeah. Some people in chat are saying it as well. I agree with you guys. Let's not give up. But yeah, I don't know. That is quite interesting to me to hear about the fractals, to hear about where they might be. Because generally, I've got to say, to be very, very honest about it, I really like fractals at the moment. I really like fractals at the moment. They feel so rewarding to me. They really do. It's probably the most rewarding content stream ArenaNet have ever delivered. Better even than raids to me. Now, I know that the stuff you get from raids are more high value, and if you're in a good, solid group, raiding, it's very, very high quality. It's very, 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 very good rewards in raids. I'm not saying that the rewards in fractals are better than the rewards in raids, but I'm saying the enjoyment I get out of the rewarding, like, progression that I get out of fractals, I feel more joy for. It enthuses me more. I like the feeling of a lot of the fractal rewards more than I do the raiding rewards. The feeling of going for the 3 infinite potions is really, really quite something. I really enjoy it. I like the infinite potions. I think they're really good. I like the feeling of buying doing enough stuff each day to get enough +1s to make another +9 each day to slowly work on my apothecary stuff. I like having the ascended armor boxes dropping just frequently enough and then transmuting them in the Mystic Forge that I can go for my apothecary set or another set after that. I can keep working on my armory of loads of different ascended gear sets. I really like the feeling of doing that. I like the feeling of getting those fractal relics. I like as well, you guys know we've been doing a lot of stuff with the guild hall at the moment. I like that even after I get those infinite potions, I'll be quite enthusiastic about getting those relics because it helps me with the guild hall. Now, I know a lot of players aren't invested in their guild halls and stuff, but for me specifically at the moment, all these things are working together to make fractals a really rewarding content stream. I really enjoy fractals at the moment. And the fractals themselves, again, nipping in there, quick LFGs every time. There's very little waiting around. Very little. It always feels very accessible, which raiding often cannot feel accessible, and especially for me at the moment, where I don't have a core static, it doesn't feel accessible anymore. Fractals, you get in there comfortably, and the content is I think it should be a lot harder, honestly. I think the experience I have in fractals every day is actually what fractal 60, 70 should be. I think it should be harder. I think it should be more stressful to do it at 100. And I think it should be a decision whether I go for 100 or not, right? Like, and I really need to be careful if I'm going for 100. I think that they could push, again, it to be a lot sheerer. But, you know, even at 100, right? Even with, like, a lot of the cheese that people just knowingly go in there and run, and it does make it very easy and very comfortable. There's still just enough there for it to feel like quite engaging. I really like the new Snowblind, right? The content you're experiencing there is varied. I'm not saying Snowblind's hard, but it doesn't have to be hard to be vaguely enjoyable content. I like the new Snowblind. I like running out there and taking the aggro of 50% of all the mobs and just throwing lumber in there on the first encounter. I like lighting the fires and rezzing people up and healing them if they drop while they do the DPS at the second encounter. I like the balance of oh my god, this is so stupid. Of breaking the break bar of the little guy who swaps in after the Savannah Shaman. Snowblind's a cool fractal. I like Volcanic a lot as well. I think Volcanic's a cool, nice, short, perfect length, decent fractal. I think Volcanic's really good. There are often days where the 3 fractals that the dailies are asking me to do in fractals, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like that fractal. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I like that fractal. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I like that fractal. I like New Swamp. I think New Swamp's really good. What is going on? Seriously. Fractals are great at the moment. I really like them. They could be better. Everything could always be better, but I really, really like them. I love the feeling of opening my chests at the end, and so on and so forth. All right, do I have to go back all the way back to the checkpoint again? I mean, we're practically at the checkpoint right now. This is mental. This stream was not supposed to spend so long in this jumping puzzle. But hey, it's Ember Bay. New Swamp is so much more engaging. Yeah, it is. It is more engaging. It was definitely a bit iffy when they first overhauled it, and they just had like the arbitrary time gate there on the shit running in and charging you, and it was definitely a little bit iffy with some of its other stuff that they put in there. Okay, that's that jump. But since the update, I think it's a cool little fractal. It's good. What's some other ones that I really like? I like Aether Blade. I think Aether Blade's a great little length with a nice little variety of things that you do in there. Aether Blade particularly, I like the last encounter, because you will notice when people know what they're doing in the last encounter, you can fucking annihilate those golems that you have to kill. Well, so I'm talking about the fractal where there's the electric walls spinning around that make if it goes through if it goes through one of your enemies, they start blocking. And it stalls you up. If they go through you, it stacks shit tons of agony, stun, and damage on you. That one, and you're supposed to use the crates and things to avoid them. If people sort of know what they're doing, you can blitz through that so fast. It's awesome. And then other days it's a bit slower and whatnot, and you can wipe there. Alright, here we go. We have to focus here, guys. Do we land on this? Come on, don't. There we go. Don't tase me, bro. Alright, we got that one. Just not been focusing enough. I've been looking at chat too much. Here we go. Alright. Keep it quiet. Why? Come on, man. Come on, come on, come on. This dish soap design is such... Oh, it's because I'm not supposed to go higher, is it? I just come here now. Alright, okay, I wasn't supposed to go high. I think I was already making that harder for myself than I had to. Alright, we're almost at the top. Alright. I can't... How did we screw ourselves up there before? Alright, here we go. I think my only issue is that at a point in fractals I have to swap to staff, where I think most of them are better for me to use daggers. What's wrong with them? First of all, I don't actually know what you're talking about, but... what's wrong with them incentivizing different weapon sets? Again, that's more variation in the gameplay. That's better design, isn't it? Like, one of the things I like at the moment, with the build I run in Fractals might even be the one I have right now. One of the things I really like swapping, okay, is invigorating torrents, which you can run at bosses and stuff, helps people dodge a bit more. Stuff like Cliffside, the final fight, and things like that. Or you can combo it with cleansing water in very Condi heavy instabilities. I love swapping these two. Or you can run this. So like Molten Facility, you know, the one where you're behind the drill and as it goes down the tunnel. Or any, again, Aether Blade's a good example, where you're fighting a lot of ads. Tempestuous Area is a really nice one to swap on because, again, it depends on your comp. If you've got no Necros, because it pushes a lot of weakness out that dramatically reduces... I like these little... There's like these little tweaks that you can continuously make as you're swapping around in Fractals. I've always enjoyed. Okay. I'm going to stop talking to you guys for a second. Come on, man. Come on, man. Wait, we're not already screwed, are we? This is such crap. Get me up there. Okay, good. Alright. Knowing that that's fine, I'm going to try this again. Okay, alright. This is mental. I do not remember this being such a struggle. Was I supposed to land directly on that or something? Can I jump on this? Oh, I can jump on this. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Oh, you're having a laugh. That isn't where I'm supposed to go, is it? Oh, no. Are we okay? Oh, God, why? Why? I'm freaking out over nothing. That is not a difficult jump in any way. Oh my God, this is so mental. The gasping, oh, I need like a gasping emote. I started gasping like that recently, and I don't know where it came from or why I started doing it. This is mental. This is mental. I don't even need this wood that bad. I don't know why I'm getting so... It's just the time investment now. Now it's just become a matter of the time investment. So just glide at it. Why? Come on, man. What? I don't actually understand. What is happening here? Oh my god, what is going on? Seriously, I feel like I could just go straight to that. So I have to go more on the outside. Alright, just don't overdo it, alright? My fingers feel too heavy. This is the problem right now. There we go. Alright, okay. Now just fucking... Here we go. We're good. We're good. Every step higher is another step of gliding safety. There we go. Here we go. Alright, let's get Armor of Earth on. Don't you worry. I don't know whether that ooze can knock me off, but... This stuff, honestly, the first few times I did this, felt like a goddamn cakewalk. And now, I'm absolutely positively putting myself... I didn't... Oh, yeah, so then you get 3 wood. Alright, that's fine. May I remind you guys that there's been speed runs of this that are less than 5 minutes long? Alright. The Aether Blade one is the one with the switches. Are the only annoying place in fractals because it's not skill abuse to avoid them and more luck-based? What's luck-based about the switches in the Aether Blade one? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You did it! Props for not giving up. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're good. Woo! Thank you for the sub, RLs. Thank you so much, man. That's one step closer to getting some more emotes. Maybe we can get a Legasp emote at some point. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Okay, so let's talk about what this stream's actually here for. This is just all nonsense waiting around. Alright, we've got 40 minutes. I think really we should be preparing for this now. So we should be starting with the squads. I'm going to squad up, alright? Okay, guys. Oh, I got to drop a liquid karma for killing him. Lovely. So, guys, we're going to speed clear the Shadow Behemoth. We're going to blow him up so fast that it will make his head spin. We're going to blow him up so fast, hopefully, that he doesn't get a single portal phase. This is something I accomplished with an old guild of mine that used to kill the Triple Trouble Worm before Heart of Thorns. Heart of Thorns represents a shit ton of power creep, which should mean that even if we are less skilled, even if we are less organized on this stream, I want to see us match that, at least, and hopefully do better, but who knows, alright? It will be pretty disappointing if we don't. So what we're going to try and do today, guys, is annihilate this, guys. Annihilate this Shadow Behemoth. So, head on into our Discord. There's a link in chat there if you want. You don't necessarily need to be. This is a North America event, not an EU event. So, sorry to my EU peeps. I know we've got a few more of you over there who will want to come. At the end of the day, it is a weekend. It's the middle of afternoon. There should be some NA guys out there. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and kill him. So, what I want you all to bring is... essentially your most meta, DPS heavy, group buffy supporty style things that you can. Now, I don't know what the Games Masters are specifically going to be asking for, but I know this guy's got a massive hitbox, so I know we're going to be looking for a lot of Staff Ellies. I know we're going to be looking for warriors with banners and empower allies and stuff. I don't know whether they're looking for druids, because yes, druid buffs damage, but it's also there for the support of healing and stopping people die, which isn't going to be a component in the Shadow Behemoth fight, so I don't know whether it would just be better to take another DPS instead. I'm not sure what the theory craft there is. Likewise, I'm not sure whether we care about revs, because we can blast Fury and 25 might on ourselves. This thing's going to be over in less than the time that might stack lasts, so it's not like we need the pulsing quality of life that they give from Herald, but does Assassin's Presence balance it out? I actually don't know. I mean, to put it bluntly, I don't know whether the best comp here is fucking 1 warrior, 4 Ellies in every subgroup or something like that. I'm not sure what is best. But we're going to need a lot of those. So yeah, the more Ellies, the better. Alright. Bring your... we're going to be scaled down, by the way. So it doesn't matter, I don't think, if you have pure Ascended gear. But food is going to be really nice. I would buy a thing of seaweed salad if I could, but I'm out of gold. Like a feast for everybody. WP doing a speedrun event on NA instead of EU. What could go wrong? And what we're going to do is we're all going to meet up in the swamp. We're going to try and cap a map, hopefully, with 150 people. That would be really nice. Again, I don't know what our kind of participation will be. That is why I threw out that tweet earlier with the big giveaways, with the good stuff. Can we maybe run a giveaway for specifically people who come to the event? Can we do that? And make it a good one? Can we try that? WP, have you killed Claw of Jormag in 2 burns only? That's the other boss, right? ATT, we tried SB, we did Golem Mark 2, and we did a little bit of Jormag. Jormag you can, in theory, kill in 2 burns. I don't think we ever managed to do that with ATT. I would love to do that with the Spud Club. I would love to do that on the streams. That would be awesome. Break the wall, burn him straight into phase 2. He lands, you burn him straight away. That would be so cool. Because Claw of Jormag takes such a long time, and it would be so much proof that, you know, if people focused in open world, if they played as well as they could, you could obliterate some of this stuff. Not that you're rewarded for it, so, but still. 150 people in NA at this time wrecked. Okay, so there's a document, guys, for the event. Do I still have OBS set up? Oh, okay, so it's not that much information on there anyway. Alright, so we're going to be in 3 squads of 50 people, hopefully, which would be the full 150 players on the map. After we taxi people into the map, 10 to 15 minutes before, I think we should do that earlier than 10 to 15 minutes, dude. We will split everyone into subgroups of 5 to 10 to maximize buffs. That's basically all there is to it. If your commander says to do something, please do it, okay? So the classes that are needed, as many phalanx strength... No, not phalanx strength warriors. We don't care about phalanx strength. Don't need phalanx strength. Run Tempest that give 25 might and blast before the Shadow Behemoth spawns. You don't need PS. It's unnecessary. Run, don't run the line with phalanx strength. Run the other one that gives you slightly more damage. I think that's a thing, right? Right? Oh, Chronos, yes. Okay, yeah, I'm right. Yeah. So it would be 1 warrior, 1 Chrono, 3 Ellies. Every little thing. So Chronos, warriors, Ellies. Chronos, warriors, Ellies. Chronos, warriors, Ellies. Because the alacrity and the quickness is going to be huge. Yeah, it's North America only. I would say, hey, buy another Heart of Thorns account with a link down below, or get a free-to-play account with a link down below. But I don't think that you'd get all your shit in time, basically. Yeah, we don't need phalanx strength, as far as I understand, anyway, because he's going to be dead in 30 seconds, less than that. He's going to be dead in the time of that first might stack, and we'll have the Fury because the Ellies will be blasting, precasting. I'll show you guys how this works. In a second. Yeah, 3 Ellies, 1 PS, 1 Chrono. I think that's what we need. Again, the question of the I mean, 1 Druid giving more damage to everyone around him. That's not going to out DPS a Staff Ellie, is it? I mean, the thing is, I don't want to say to... The problem is, we need as many people as possible to come. So if you're there, guys, and you're like, oh, I don't have a PS warrior or a warrior at all. I don't have an Ellie, and I don't have a Chronomancer. I won't come then. Please don't think that, because having the max number of people... Oh, actually, maybe that's not true. Maybe you're just going to unnecessarily scale it up. Look, just come anyway, alright? Just come win a big Zerg with us. Experience something cool. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. We're going to have a Feast of Seaweed Salad in the guild bank. Also, what you might like to run is, like... I really don't think going as high as Toxic Sharpening Stones is worth it. Because, again, it's not going to last long enough for the huge price increase to really matter on your tiny little bit extra condi duration. So just go like a superior sharpening stone, 14 silver. Please try to source those yourselves, guys. Again, I'd buy loads for you all, but I've blown all the money on decorations at the moment. And I'm going to go withdraw some good cash, some good gear. Jesus, what's going on with my head today? And then I'm going to go into the swamp with you all. Could I put that up on stream? Oh, I can put join list. Yeah. Come on, guys. We're live. Come play. Be immortalized forever. Alright, so I'm going to get out my Zerk stuff. So this is the ideal gear for you to run if you are an Ellie, okay? Watch the stream right now. This is exactly what you'll need if you've never done anything like that. Now, obviously, you don't have to go up to the same tiers that I've got. But the more the better, basically. Let me just quickly repair my stuff before I drop it from the bank, otherwise it's going to annoy me. Where's the repair at? Well, whatever. Let's go to Noble's Folly. What's happening? We're going to obliterate one of the first world bosses ArenaNet ever designed. You know, I really... In this review, I've talked so much about the guild systems and stuff that I want to improve. And one of the things I really want to see them continue going with is adding more missions and stuff. And I want to see hard mode bosses more than ever right now. Ah, it would be so good. Let guilds through guild world events pop SB, and the SB that comes out is harder. Oh, it'd be great. It'd be so awesome. And like hard mode SB doesn't have to be some ridiculously almost impossible thing. But like hard mode Triple Trouble, hard mode Shatter, hard mode Claw of Jormak, hard mode Tech. These things should be like insane. I'd love that. Alright, okay, so we've got our stuff repaired. So let's come down and have a look at our ascended gear here. So I'm just gonna... So here's my apothecaries I'm slowly building for fractals. Because I do think apothecaries will be better. But here, let's drop this down. The thing is, I feel like... One thing I don't feel like fractals has enough is it doesn't have enough, like, toughness tanking. There are some things that aggro on highest toughness, but a lot of it's just, like... I don't know, furthest away. Well, they've got a mix. I think that's the problem. They've got too much of a mix in there. Alright. Oh my god, I forgot to mention. Listen, in the week, someone bought me this. Listen, somebody sent me a gift through Black Lion Trading, and I can't see who did it. Apparently they were talking about it in Discord and I missed it. Somebody bought me the plush Aurene back piece. Thank you so much. Whoever that was, alright. I know you're trying to troll me and have a bit of a laugh because I hate Aurene, alright? But thank you so much for this. I will wear it, and I have been wearing it on the stream. I do seriously appreciate it. I'll wear it for a while. Somebody bought me the plush Aurene back piece as soon as it came out. And they sent me a nice little message, but the game does not show you who sent you a Black Lion gift. So whoever you are, wherever you are, you know, whenever you'll see this, thank you very much. I wanted to point that out on the stream, and I almost forgot. There you go. You'd like another world boss like Triple Trouble that requires coordination? Well, no, see, what I actually think the game in general... Just to have them dropped in, that's not a very good idea anymore. Because they just become dead content for most of us. But because it's just too much, like a lot of the time, it's not really a question of individual player skill anyway. It's a question of commanding skill and just how to herd cattle, really. You know, get all your players to be doing the right thing at the right time. So what I would rather they do is add this into a guild mission format, like elite guild missions that are based around poppable world bosses. And when they do that, I would actually suggest making Triple Trouble, lowering the bar to beating it as a... So this is my cleric set here. Lowering the bar to beating it. Okay, alright, so this is the stuff you're going to want, ideally, guys, alright? You're going to want a Zerk... Oh, sorry, not Assassins. Where are we looking at? You're going to want a Zerk Scholar headpiece. Shoulders. Chest. Gloves. Leggings. This is for your Ellies and feet. Your Scholar buff will be up without question. He will die before he attacks you. So, hopefully, in a perfect world. And so, there is absolutely no drawback to this rune set. None. You should be running that. Okay? On your staff... Ooh, where's... Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's Pinnacle. I forgot that I changed it. You want Zerk, Force, and... I don't know. Yeah, and Accuracy, I think, is correct with the way that Precision works out. Oh, yeah, because we won't have Spotter. To be honest, I'm going to make that Assassin, because I think we won't have Spotter, so I think otherwise I will be under the cap. So I think an Assassin staff will balance that out a bit better. I don't know. We don't have to theorycraft even that hard. I've got an Assassin back piece. You can probably go Zerk on that as well, with those two together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run Zerk everywhere else. Oh. Rings. As many power infusions you can get your hands on. Again, we're scaled down in Queensdale, so at some point this isn't going to matter. I wonder how the scaling down will affect our crit chance as well. That should mean we have less, shouldn't it? Crit chance. As for traits, take fire, take all three up at the top. Take air, take ferocious winds, take tempest. No, is he going to be stunned? Does he have a break bar? Pff, none of these actually matter. This tier doesn't matter. Because your glyph is... maybe take glyph cooldown. He's probably going to be dead before that matters. He's not going to be stunned, so I don't think Tempest Defense is going to matter. And you're not going to be in air, so the precision bonus isn't going to matter either. But then take Bolt to the Heart. So I actually think the Master tier is absolutely meaningless. But then take Harmonious Conduit on your Tempest line. And the other stuff genuinely doesn't matter. None of it matters. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, I suppose one thing maybe you could do is you could take Unstable, just in case he does tick some damage, and maybe then you have a Fire Aura on you, and then maybe you'll put a bit of Burning on him. I mean, but we really are getting into obnoxiously stupid tiny detail at that point, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, and Sand Scroll doesn't give you boon duration for Might unless you've got the Warhorn on. Anyway, so, yeah. I think, honestly, that's it. That's the build. Very, very simple. That's your Ellie build right there. You most likely won't hit precision cap because of the downscaling. Yeah, so maybe actually more assassin stuff would be worthwhile. Is that how it works at low scales? Oh, see, there used to be so much fun theory craft with this, guys. This is good. This is what I like to see. Look at all these people. There used to be a lot of fun theory craft with this, because when you take the game into low scale environments, it does change stuff up. And as far as speedrunners have ever been concerned with it, I think the lowest they've ever looked at is AC, Ascalon Catacombs, which is already double the level that you have in Queensdale. So, like, maybe pure assassins is better. Because also your might will cap at some point. So, like, right now we have 221 might, okay? If I unequip... My Althea's Ashes here give me plus 110. So this should be giving something. But if I unequip it... We're down to 218. Alright, so that does count for something. So that is fine. Okay, alright. So every little bit does still help. Yeah, but that's without food. Does food bypass the cap? I can't remember. Oh, we need to get our sharpening stone off of the TP. Oh man, Sailing Rocks, thank you for the Amazon Prime sub. That's awesome, dude. How does this look with Amazon Prime? What do you mean? The fact you're a Prime guy? I think you get like an extra little bonus icon thing there too. Twitch Prime. Oh yeah. Okay. Good point. Flame powder. That's true, Twicky. Yes. Alright, so another thing that we're going to do, guys, is we're going to pop fire elemental powder, okay? So if you're not in the map yet, and if you want to do this with us, a huge damage boost for us is fire elemental powder, ogre pet whistles, which are here, and there's also mortars as well that I don't have any on, but mortars are very, very minor. If you have 150 people who all pop fire ellie powder, it substantially increases the damage and how quickly you can kill this thing. So I'm actually going to go run the event to get fire ellie powder right now. So if you want to do that before Shadow Behemoth spawns, who will spawn in 28 minutes. We've got half an hour, so that's fine. You can come do that with me now. So I'm going to go to the Sati Waypoint. Maybe a Games Master would like to come with me. Come get this on your characters. If you don't have it, come get it. It's only a silver. You know, back when ATT used to do it, there was maybe a question of, oh, I don't want to spend the money. Let's be real for a second, guys. That's nothing these days. So yeah, fire ellie powders, ogre pet whistles, stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be doing. We have another giveaway going on in chat. Let me ping the waypoint in guild chat for you all. There you go. I need to adjust my overlays on my chat sharing. That's a good point. There we go. Very nice. Alright, so as far as I remember, the Ellie Powder Merchant is over here. Is this him already? It's after an event or two's done, so... Yeah, here you go. We've already done the event. So come here quick, guys, and buy some of this stuff up. I haven't bought this for so long, man. I still have 167 of it. So buy this stuff up. It's at my tag here. Fire Elemental Powder. This guy is a merchant only for a small window of time, because after a while, he's going to go away and his event will trigger again and we have to do it. So sometimes his event's on cooldown and you can't get anything. We're really lucky here that he's available. So do try and get in game. Get this on your Chronos. Get this on your Ellies. Get this on your Warriors. Right now, it looks like we don't have a very good balance of Chronomancers, I think. I mean, I'm not going to super micromanage this, but yeah. Oh, right. Okay, so yeah, there's the new consumable from Ember Bay as well. Is that better or worse? Does anybody know the answer to that question? Is it better or worse? Could you have an invite to the Spud Club? Sure. We hope to do lots of events and things like this, by the way, guys. If you want to join the guild, specifically because you want to join in on these streams and do this stuff, please, for the love of God, message me and tell me that. Because we're... Oh, okay. So the other thing that's going on at the moment, guys, is we've kind of got a poll going to see if we're going to open a new branch of the guild. Right now, it seems slightly less likely that will happen because our idea of having cross-guild chat might not work out, or at least we've been set back from where we originally were. If that happens, if that falls through and we don't open a second branch, I'm going to look to increase the quality of the players in Spud. I'm going to look to have more active people. I'm going to look to have... And when I say active, I mean higher rep people, people who come to events. I'm going to look for making these 500s better better guild members. People who aren't always just repping their other friends. People who actually care a bit more, okay? Because we can have infinite people in here, basically, right? So if the other branch doesn't go through, we're going to be looking for stuff like that. So if you want to be a part of the guild and you want to be a part of events and you're actually here at the stream, you're doing this stuff, that you're the kind of person I actually want. So do come and message. As for today's stream, we still have 6 more slots left. I feel like my streams are a bit guild heavy lately. I feel like I talk about it too much. Okay, people are saying fire early powder is probably the better one. Okay. That's a good question, though. Am I saying you need more chronos? It looks like maybe, yeah, from the balance of this squad UI up here. Yeah, to join, all you have to do is what it says on the screen. You just type /squad join list to play with me. That's it. Done. Is there a way to see how much someone participates with the guild? No, that's what we'd have to figure out. That's the golden question, really. But I get a lot of people who say, can I get an invite? And they just do it so they can wander around the hall, and then they never do anything. They do fuck all after that. But that's not really who we want. I can do stuff like you can't get in the guild unless you also join the Discord, stuff like that. Things that people who have very, very little desire to be a part of this will get turned away, but those who have a bit more desire won't get turned away. You know, just add these arbitrary gates around. So yeah, this is Fire Early Powder. Ogre Pet Whistle. I know you buy it from like an NPC somewhere around, like up here at Gladeful Run, but I don't know, I think anyway. But I don't know if I remember how exactly you do the event. There's also mortars. I guess I can show you guys mortars. We've got 40 minutes till Shadow Behemoth spawns. If there's no second guild, what's the stance on Ultra Spuds who rarely never rep? Well, what I was thinking with the Ultra Spuds is, and those people we're talking about right now, we're talking about maybe 10 people, that's it. But it is 10 slots that could be taken up with much more active people. What I'm thinking with those is I might kick everyone from the guild, including all the Ultra Spuds, and ask for them to get re-invites if they're actually still interested. And if they're not interested, the door is always open to them. But if they're not interested at the time, then you know that culls them away straight away, right? Because maybe they were more interested in the past, maybe they're playing other games. Some of them might not even support me on Patreon anymore, and in that case, that gets rid of them too. So yeah, the Mortars guys are up here at this event. Darla Firecrusher, who's already running, so we can go do that. Just as long as it doesn't take too long, I hope. I'll show you the little rotation you're gonna do. This is like, the thing is, when an event goes over so quickly, if we play it right, it's kind of quite useful for people because you can just say a very strict rotation that they need to do, and that's it. And once they've done it, it's over. Actually, how is the rotation gonna work? Considering we probably want the Tempest to start in air. I'm actually not sure. It used to be much more simple. I don't know what the best thing to do is. What do you guys think? Do we have all the Tempests start in fire to overload fire to get might, or like blah, or like use warhorns and stuff and sand squall? Or do we like... Or do we have them start in air to do the air overload and get the, you know, and have the trait buff on them? And the when you air overload as well, you put another little buff on your friends that makes them do an extra little packet of damage. And if you stagger it right, then that would be another like 3 packets per little 5 groups and stuff. How would we do that? The air overload at the start is probably worth a lot. B-Boy says in one of his squads, there's only 8 people. So we've currently got 41 in mine, so that's about 50 of us so far. And what we'd be looking for is around, I mean, I know max you can get 150. More isn't necessarily always good. As long as the people who are here are high quality and know what they're doing, we don't necessarily need to map cap. The problem is, why map capping is useful, okay, is it's quite an aggressive thing, actually. Map capping is useful because it gets rid of all the little kids that are loading in. and don't understand what the event is, just because the world boss rotation's coming up, and they're ready on their longbow ranges to press 1 1 1 1 1. Those people will scale the event up and drag it down. If you can map cap it purely with guildies, you can be sure that there aren't enough of those people to drag the event down. So that's what map capping's really useful for. It's not that more people equals faster kill, it's that more of your people equals less shit ones. And like, case in point, when ATT used to run the golem, the fastest way to kill the golem is to, if you guys don't understand this boss here, the fastest way to kill him is to all melee him and just walk out of the electric field. So he'll create big square electric fields that if you stand in, they'll kill you very fast. But if you, and you're in melee, you can get caught in one. But if you simply move to a quadrant that they're not at, you can burn the golem down in seconds. However, most casual players just consider that suicide, and they stand on like boxes out here and stuff, and or they'll like try and range. And so what would happen is when ATT would come here, we couldn't map cap this, and so it would be like half our guys, and then it would be half people on the boxes who are going to do no damage. And we'd be saying, please, guys on the boxes, please come in, please help, please help. And they'd go, lol, you're just going to die.
You guys don't know what you're doing. I do this world boss all the time.
Right? Like, and they'd just be infuriating. It's like, common melee, you will kill it faster. You're a twat. And they wouldn't do it. And so, but, you know, if we could map cap it, no one's on the boxes. Or at least less people are on the boxes that you can convince to come over. And, you know, people are really stupid about that stuff. Really stupid. They will see a whole guild of people all with, you know, properly comped up and sorting stuff out in the middle, and they will still be convinced that they're in the right and it's better to stand on the box, okay? And what that's highlighting, that's relevant at every world boss, right? What that's highlighting is that you get a significant chunk of people who will refuse to listen to you. That happens at any world boss. Take the jungle worm over here, right? Some people will fire elemental. People will stand on the box here instead of melee because they'll know about the fire field that's there and they'll think they die. But the truth is, you can probably burn them down faster than it matters if everyone was in on the plan. So that's why map capping's important. That's why it'd be nice if we could get 150. Is there a pattern to the Mark II fields? No, there's not. There's no pattern whatsoever. You just have to. Basically, there is a bit of a component to luck to it. And often we would die. You're a twat. They already killed the boxes. Yeah. But people still don't melee, do they? They still stand really far away. That's just an example. Half air, half fire. That's maybe an idea. Maybe. It's not going to be optimum, but it's probably the best way of dealing with micromanaging, you know, over half a century of people. Yeah, please, guys, do look at chat. Please join the other squads as well. The other squads. We want as many as possible. They need you. Imagine that thing. This is kind of cool. Look at how scaled this is, just because we got a couple of people here. But, so, I'll show you what you're going to do. We've probably got about 20 minutes. Sorry about my incredibly offensive nerd voices, by the way. I do it for a laugh, not to really tick anyone off. Oh, sorry, I never talked about utilities. You want Signet of Fire, you want Glyph of Storms. And what would you want for the last one? Would we include Icebow into all of this? I think Icebow we probably would include. I don't think he'll be dead after the first meteor shower, so I think Icebow would be a part of it. So I think this would be your setup here. Right. So yeah, we need to stop the flame ritual by killing the shamans. Is he the last one? Is he up there? Is he damageable? Can we kill him? He's after, isn't he? Oh, that's cool. Look, that's actually a real physical thing. It's quite rare. So I learned something about guild halls last night as well, guys. Oh, we got crystal lodestone. About clipping yourself into the floor to do crazy shit with decorations, which I kind of want to show you guys as well at some point. Maybe not on the streams this weekend, just because we've been a bit guild heavy recently. I do appreciate we've not actually seen on a stream how the magical forest turned out. The last stream we did was simply... well, why am I only hitting him for 50? The last stream we did was starting it off, and you guys haven't seen the fruit of everyone's labour. But we'll do that later. I believe we're not getting global capped right now either, so that's good. Yeah, and glyph of elementals for the elite. That's a very good point as well. Alright, so now that that's done, and we've captured this, one of the NPCs, I believe it's this person, Carthus Redmore, I think is going to become a merchant and sell us mortar kits, so we can get these as well. You wouldn't be WP without the nerd voice. You'd probably unsubbed if I stopped. You'd unsub if I... Man, how shallow is the entertainment on this stream? Oh, this is... Gee, I may as well pack it in. I may as well just go home. Jesus Christ. Should I just stream forevermore as a nerd voice guy? Oh, joke, but no, the nerd voice is a staple, man. The staple now, I'd say getting rid of its heresy. See, I don't dare do it on videos. It's too offensive to people. Too offensive. You would want to get into Queensdale sooner than later to minimize non-spuds in map from getting in. Absolutely, yeah, because what's going to happen is the game's going to detect we have a lot of players on the map, and then it's going to start mega servering randoms in with us. I think this is the mortar guy. I think we'll follow him and see. Maybe the mortar guy's somewhere else. Alright, Quag and Quaggy, you can stop saying the word twat in chat now. It's not that funny. Go nerdy or go home. Well, yeah, we are online watching a stream about a massively multiplayer online game. Only if it fits the people listening to you and they find it offensive. I find it refreshing. Oh, here we go. Oh, I pinged the wrong guy, but still. There we go. Deployable mortar kit. I'm only going to buy a couple of these because I can't be arsed with the infantry bloat. But so these are the 3 items you're going to be looking at here, guys. Oh, these 3 down here. Okay? Alright, let's head back to the Shadow Behemoth now. I'm assuming all these people already have it. Who you calling a nerd? Yeah, they're like these incredibly deep-voiced, buff dudes that hit the gym all the time. Could kick my ass with just with a dirty look. And I'm doing a horrible voice for them. I think where it gets bad is when I'm deliberately calling out someone's stupid opinion and I give them the nerd voice. I think that's where I should really stop. I think that's actually offensive and probably a bad idea and not very friendly. You can also get the Silvari turrets from Caledon Forest. This is also true. A bit late for that, though, I think. Alright, so is this... Are these people here? Oh, no, these people are in Fireheart Rise, so we're not map capped. Okay, so the next really important thing, and I'm going to ask the Games Masters do it because I'm lazy and because I'm streaming. Please, 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 can we ask these guys in chat to help us out and to play well? Please? It's There's kind of this sad, upsetting thing that happens when this goes on. You get people load in early to kill the world boss, and then you can tell them, oh, please run good gear, please run something proper. But then they know that if they leave the map to get the good gear, they might not get back into your map, so they don't want to do it. And so, and they want to be in your map, they don't want to help you, but they want to be in your map because they know that the boss is going to die fast. So they want to leech off of you killing it quicker, but they don't care enough to leave and run the risk of not getting... Do you see what I mean? Like, it's a real shame. It's this sort of unfortunate thing that means you get these sort of leeches come in and they'll stick about because what do they care? They don't care about wooden potatoes. They don't care about ATT. They don't care about the stream that's going on. They just want to get their SB box kill. And hey, this map will get it quick, so fuck those guys. Right, like, and it's quite a selfish little thing. You also get a lot of people who just play with chat off. You get a lot of people who play when they're listening to music or podcasts and stuff, and they just got no idea what's going on. You can also do a big beg and plead for a bunch of people in the first instance, and then 5 minutes later, it's a bunch of totally different guys that have got into your map anyway, and now it's those people that need to be told, and they don't care, or they might just miss it altogether. So it's kind of it's like shoveling snow while it's still snowing, trying to get other people to help you out. Generally, the more blue and gold you've got, the better. These kind of these people here, the guy called a bad warrior, this guy up here, Sorrow's Sage, they're the ones who potentially aren't really helping you out. But maybe these guys are with the stream. That guy, for example, looks pretty hot sauce. He sorted himself out. Oh, I need to get the tray of food from the guild bank. That's a good point. So, guys, we're going to drop food, which is seaweed salad, on the floor. Now, what this is this is flat 10% more damage for you, but you only get the perk of it while moving. Now, for you Tempest, that means you're gonna be rooted for a lot of your casts. But just please, while you're not in the middle of those casts, run the seaweed salad. You know, there is kind of... Oh, it's the guild bank. What am I doing? It's kind of one of those things. If you really wanted to optimize, you would run like Dragon's Breath buns, aggro over. This is like the most insane it could get. Aggro over like a random mob in the area. Kill it right before everything spawns. That means everyone now has plus 70 ferocity and plus 100 power. Then they all start their casts where they're rooted. Then, right after the meteor shower ends, you swap to seaweed salad and start strafing, and you have the benefit of seaweed salad and the plus 200 power. The 70 ferocity goes away, but the 200 power stays, and blah 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 blah. I don't think Bloodlust is necessary on this map because, again, you get capped quite quickly for power. But if you have a Bloodlust weapon, you can run around and get 25 stacks of that as well, I think. Maybe the stacking for precision sigil would be good, or the ferocity stacking sigil would be good. I don't actually know. So where's the pot? Thank you so much to whoever it was that dropped this down. There we go. Feast of Seaweed Salad. All right. So I'm going to drop this feast on the floor, and you can press F on it, and you can get this very expensive food. Could you also tell us what not to do? I don't want to ruin anything by accident. Okay, you want to be stacked very tightly to be sure that you've got the highest chance of getting as many boons as possible. So don't stand in weird positions. Try and stand right on the tag, right where we need to be. Don't run bad gear and builds, I guess. I don't know why you can't really go wrong. Just try and run the right stuff, the right gear, use the correct skills. Oh god, I'm in the wrong map. Oh god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Alright, we're what's called soft capped right now. Okay, soft cap, guys, is where there are so many people in the map, even though I'm in a squad with you, even though I'm in a guild with you, even though I'm in a party with you, the game doesn't want to fill that map up any further because it's got that many players there. So, for a very short period of time, when people load into the map, they'll no longer join us now. Soft cap's good because it means that we won't get many more randoms, I think. But you can still right-click join on. So these three people, hopefully, will right-click and join on. Or they're in the complete... it's because they're NA or something. EU or something. Alright, here you go, guys. So I'm going to drop the feast. Voila, what is this feast? Potato and leek soup. Oh, I must have got that from others as well. So press F on this feast and you will get an hour of seaweed salad, okay? The other thing you want is a sharpening stone. And again, you could go toxic if you want, but I don't think it is necessary. A superior sharpening stone. And again, alright, so let's look at our power. We have 187 power. Let's unequip this. 183. Alright, so it's still going up. I think when you add Bloodlust and stuff, it will eventually cap. There's a cap it will hit. At which point it's probably better just to run other stuff. So, what have I got for crit chance right now? 40%. Yeah, see? So, I don't know, man. I think maybe adding a lot more assassin stuff would be better. Because with Fury, that will go up to 64%. With a banner, that will go up to like 70%. But that's still quite shy of the 100, and probably we could do a lot more. Oh, there's a consumable wrench too, called a Learned Thesis on the TP. We use it for triple trouble kills. That's a good point. I haven't really thought about the scribing stuff and how that changed all of this. This is kind of fun. Yeah, gain 180 power while health is above 90%. Yeah, shit. That's kind of cool. Or the precision version. No, going toxic. Inks, this thing's going to die so fast. The 10%, no. Damn it. It's not important. Actually, toxic. No, because it's still Wait, is Toxic's just a flat 100, is it? That might be better when you're low scaled, because you have lower toughness, you have lower precision, so the percentage... I don't know. I'm not a maths guy, alright? Okay, so guys, watch the stream now for what we're going to do. First of all, we need to stack at the right place. Does anybody know exactly where we need to stack? I have a video on Concrete Ducks of me doing this before, so I'm going to have a quick look at where we stacked with ATT. How long have we got as well? Let me just check. We have 6 minutes. Oh, we're really winding into it now. We're really winding into it now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so ATT killed it in 42 seconds. And we were stacked. Oh god, I'm going to have to get my minimap and stuff just right. It looked something like... It was like that. Was how it was zoomed out. Oh god. Okay, and then we were like south of the vista. Alright, hold on. I need to change my interface size because it scales weirdly. Okay, so normal. I think. We were south of the vista and slightly to the side. No, it was zoomed out like that. That's what it looked like. It was zoomed out. Yeah, that was what it was. And then it was, we were like, oh god, guys, I'm proper winging this. It was like here. Here is where we were stood, I think. Right on me, right now. There's no like visual cues for me to look at. It was like this. Because I was mostly just looking at the ground. Alright, this I'm going to say it's here. I'm going to say it's here. Oh my god, this guy dropped the thesis. Really? Is it dropped on the ground here? Alright, okay, so quickly. Early rotation, alright? What you're going to do, guys, is you're first going to open your inventory. You're going to double click a deployable mortar kit. It's going to give you an activatable skill. You're going to drop it. Then you're going to drop a fire elemental powder and an ogre pet whistle. You're going to do that about 2 minutes before it starts, and we're good, okay? So those 3 sorted, all right? You're going to make sure you got your food on. Get your food on already. That's fine, okay? Next, what do we do? Do we do the might thing, or do we do... I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with the air overloads versus getting might for people. Am I going to try and get a team together for the raid tournament? Teapot's hosting. No, I don't raid at the moment, so not at all. I think it's really cool that he's doing that, though. You guys remember I talked a bit about like a PvE tournament style thing going on. I think that's great that he's doing little community things like that. And the more people that watch it and play it and check it out, the better, really, for everyone. Might will come naturally, just use air overload. But I hate the thought that we don't have might at the start. What if just before he spawns... What if we're all on Earth and we do something like just before he spawns, we all do this. Arcane Brilliance as well, by the way, guys, should be your heal skill. Oh, fuck. How did I do that? And then we go to air. What about that? Precision does work on world bosses now. Yes, it does. You can crit world bosses now. You can put condies on them. You can do all of that. You're a super old timer. Yeah, like Eruption plus Arcane Brilliance. So, guys, again, look at my utilities here, okay? These things. So, we just do like this. Everyone would do that. That would be a lot of might. Chronos would then Signet Inspiration or some shit. I don't know. Would we then overload as well before then going to air? Is that too much? And now we're ready to go? But then fire's on cooldown. That's bad, I think. Because then fire's on cooldown. But then we'll have Alacrity. Should definitely plus 25 before he even spawns if you want to do him in seconds. Yes, yeah, I agree. We need the 25. We just need someone to drop a fire field. What if we have, like, the warriors on their offset, run a longbow, pop the signet, max their adrenaline out, longbow F1... Double banners in it, longbow at 3, arcane brilliance, all of that stuff. What if we get might from that, and then the chronos bounce it? What if we did that? Fix the squad subgroups? Yeah, that would do a lot more damage as well. Hopefully the Games Masters will do that. They should put chrono. Oh my god, we've actually got quite a few chronos. It should be a chrono in each subgroup. Yeah, they're doing that now. Guys, you're leaving it to the last hour. We have 1 minute remaining. Oh shit. Okay, all right, we got 1 minute. What should we? Let's pop our stuff. Oh, it's all falling apart. All right, pop our stuff because there's stream delay. There's stream delay as well. Pop your stuff, guys. Ogre Pet Whistle, Fire Ellie Powder. I'm pretty sure all that stuff should be good. I am turning post-processing off, shaders off. Yeah, guys, turn your stuff off. Honest to God, turn your stuff off. Lower it all down because you're going to lag hard. I promise you're going to lag hard. Environment down. And character quality lowest. Seriously, you'll regret it if you don't. Alright, so get your stuff going. I guess I'll start in air. Some of you start in fire. Just fucking wing it, alright? Oh. And then start in fire and drop your fire Ellie, glyph of Ellie's as well. Alright? So it says on the wiki he's going to spawn in 19 seconds, 15 seconds. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, we got the pre-events. Oh yeah, we got the pre-events. Oh no, I think I made people pop stuff early. Alright, we need a couple of people to spread out and get the prees. Oh, I forgot about the prees. I forgot about the prees. Oh my god, yeah, look, there's a thesis on the ground. I'll pick that up, sure. Okay, the prees, some of us need to load away. We got to draw him out. Oh shit. I'm going to stay stood here. I'm not going to do that. So some of us need to go over to here. Not too many. Some over here as well at the Eldvin Monastery. And then we need to kill all the portals, and then that will spawn him. Alright, listen, chat. If you start saying, oh, you've got the pre, how could you be so stupid? After it's already been mentioned on stream, okay, right? That doesn't make you look smart. That doesn't mean anything. You didn't remember it either. There was about one person in chat who mentioned the prees. PoE isn't exactly horizontal, but yeah. No, I'd agree with that. Oh, that's true. There's portals on the prees. They take players back to the fight. Okay, so what's going to happen, guys, is you're going to kill this. Good, we got 3 people. Nobody... Oh, yeah, there we go. We got that one. And now there's these. Okay, so now we spread out. All right. So get ready. Just don't kill these ones too quickly. Let everybody get close. Stay on me. Oh, God, I'm scared that I ballsed up my fire Ellie powders and stuff. There's some embers still around. Okay, come on in, guys. Come on in. That's 13 out of 12. Come. All right. My. Here we go. All right. Go. I'm gonna swap to air. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go air. All right, there we go. We should be able to damage him. He's gonna scream at us in a second. I don't really remember where the hitbox is. All right, we are hitting him. Okay, don't forget to strafe, guys. He should die during this, basically, if we get this right. Should I overload or wait for that lava font? No! Oh! That's pretty impressive what ATT used to do then. Still, we got him 50% before the first portal. Miniatures have been hidden due to rising player population. That's interesting. So just a couple of people can kill those portals really quick. I mean, this is like a contingency. If you're properly preparing it, you can set up some people to go do the portals and not everyone. And then you can kill him basically straight away. Oh, I should have pointed out one thing that... I should have pointed out. You can damage him before the scream. If you notice, I'm hurting him already right now. So you can damage him far before the scream. I've had no quickness or chrono buffs and stuff like that. This is not the only time you can hurt the guy. You can hurt him during the off period as well. I hope we kill him during this. Come on! There we go. 2 burns! If only you'd use toxic sharpening stones. 2 burns! That's not bad, though. And down he goes. It's still a good demonstration. I think it's still a good demonstration of how quickly you can do shit. If only subgroups had been set up. Yeah, if only we'd use... There's a lot of things we can improve on. For a bit of an impromptu stream, though, I think that's not bad.
I guess I'm overestimating the power creep of Heart of Thorns. Or overestimating our ability. I mean, it was a bit wonky. I did tell us to pop a bunch of stuff long before we should have. Lots of applause in chat. But yeah. If you want, guys, just for a bit of a laugh, we can take all of these players. The shatter is in 10 minutes, so we can just take all of these players, and because we've all got food and shit on, and we've all got good squads and stuff set up, over to Blaze Ridge Steps, and we can try and kill him. Oh god, I think I went to the wrong place. Because it's the new Shatterer as well. I think you can still stack on the hill as well. And while we're at it, we might get a lot of Shatterer teeth and claws and things for the guild hall. How epic would that be? So yeah, I will close the stream off with another version of this, but for the Shatterer. Much more impromptu, but just bring the same players, the same stuff, and we'll just come do this. You would have wrecked him in half a scream. Yeah, so if you go to my second channel, Concrete Ducks, you will see about a year ago, or over a year ago now, ATT, we managed to do that, and we killed him before the first portal phase. I think, by the way, that was not our first attempt in ATT. ATT, we practiced it several times. And I think our first ATT attempt went very similar to this stream attempt, actually. We didn't quite kill him in the first portal, but then we killed him in the second scream. And then we all came back, like, next week, and we devastated him. And that's the video that's on Concrete Ducks. But yeah, especially those of you who have been here the whole stream, I opened it up by showing you a normal SB. And a normal SB is, yeah, we can probably merge the squads now, guys. Because we got 36 in this one, so we can get some more. People who aren't interested in doing a quick shatter can come along. Yeah. Oh, Inks, you were there back then, really? Yeah, we did do a few different attempts. It wasn't like a one-shot, oh, there you go. And we saw vast improvements as well. That was what was so cool about the concept too. And we saw vast improvements with the Mark II Golem too, but we kind of stalled on it. I think we did too many weeks of Mark II Golem, and people lost enthusiasm. Can we do an EU Wild Boss speed clear or something next week? Well, Macanism, what I think you should do is... Oh, I've just realised what your name is. It's Mechanism. That's amazing. And you've just typed it in a weird phonetic way. You should ask the Games Masters that, because really they're the ones preparing this stuff, and they're the ones that are doing all the awesome things. I'm mostly just making videos and doing these streams and seeing what they're checking out. But yeah, if you're interested in it, if you want to see it, maybe talk to them and see if you can find someone who wants to run it. And if they schedule it for during a stream, we'll do streams on it. That's just the way it'll work. How do you merge without LFG? I don't really know. You could just break yours up and just pull everyone in. You were there for all the records, Inks. I had no idea you were there for those. Don't feel bad. It took your explanation for me to realise his obvious name as well. Well, there you go. And in the meantime, so that we're not bored out of our minds waiting for ages, I'm going to just run around doing events. I'm going to pretend it's launch and I'm leveling to 80 and there's actually a reason to do this. And maybe I'll do some lumbering, look for some Ascalon lumber cores. Is there no trophy for the Shadow Behemoth? No, there's not. There are trophies for Triple Trouble. There are trophies for... And, you know, guys, it's funny. I never realised how much harder those World Boss trophies are balanced. They drop rarely. Ow, Jesus Christ. What is this? They drop really rarely. Seriously, what was that hit me there? That was mental. Was that one of their abilities? They drop really rarely, and you need twice as many of them for the raid statues. I sort of feel like ArenaNet messed up a bit, actually. We don't even raid that much as a guild. People just sort of toss stuff in every now and then, and yet the raid ones are almost done with all of them. The raid golds are nothing like the World Boss golds. Does anybody in chat right now, in their own respective guilds, have a golden Tech, golden Morgemoth, golden Chuck Gerrant, golden Shatterer, or golden Triple Trouble? Does anyone have one? I'd like to know if ATT has a golden Triple Trouble. That would be really cool if they did. I think they deserve one. I'd hate to think that they don't run it enough to get it anymore. I don't really know what their activity is. I'm assuming they still do it. Does anyone have any of those? Because, like, I mean, we've only vaguely been looking at the golds for a very short period of time. And the raid ones we're almost done with. It's just like, okay, we've got Keep Construct 7 out of 10 silvers done, and we've got Zero like 6 out of 10 silvers done. We're almost done with them. Everything else we've already got in gold. In fact, we've got enough for 2 VG golds. Why is this still contested? Oh, Fire says he's got a gold TT. That's cool, dude. It was all over Reddit. Really? Oh, does anybody notice that the part of the geography for the Crystal Desert changed? Yeah, we know. You're talking about the shoreline, right? That happened a while ago? Yeah. There's also... The map's kind of interesting, like, in how it can, like, get tweaked in small ways like that just because they're affecting Ember Bay. So, like, there's also the question of, like, this that changed. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still sad about all this. Lieutenant me, says B-Boy. Okay, where are you, B-Boy? What's your character? Oh, there you are. I'll just squad lead you. Actually, well, it's too late now. Yeah, look at this. This is burning. Man, I love a lot of these events that are in these maps. ArenaNet should look at the Ascalon events and the variety of them and the types of them and the idea of bonus objectives in events like this here, see? And like having multiple different things going on all in one event at once. These things aren't necessarily buggy. They're really cool design though, and I want to see them in new maps. Ember Bay should have had more stuff like this. So should whatever new maps they do. Come on, ArenaNet, you had devs years ago who made all this crazy shit and these cool event formats, and you're just not playing with them anymore. Play with them. In loads of the Ascalon maps, particularly Blaze Ridge. You were there for the first ever tech? Yeah, I didn't get the first... Oh, what did I get? I got the first ever Triple Trouble on NA, and I got like the first... I got one of the earliest techs. It was the first in something. I can't remember what it was. But I remember Blackgate killed the first tech, and everyone cared so much about getting in on Blackgate there. They cared so much. Those were the days, man. Seriously, that was such good content. This is why I desperately want ArenaNet to release hard mode versions of those bosses. Up the trophies for the guild halls to like platinum versions. Make it so that the hard mode world bosses you kill offer some exclusive loot, but also give the guild things much higher drop rate. Come on, the rewards are in your hands. It's not difficult. Look at this. See, like the doors close and stuff. It's really cool, some of the stuff that they did. It was so thrilling. There's like one with extra objectives in the Heart of Thorns maps. Yeah, we talked about that on the stream, yeah. We have the Shatterer trophy? We don't have Shatterer gold. Do we? We have Shatterer like silver, I think. I made it the other day. I've made all of our trophies, I think. Except maybe like 1 or 2. Would you like an invite? Yes. Welcome, welcome. Yep, there's prees. I know there's prees on this. And this isn't going to be such a formal, like, everyone stack on the hill and whatever. This is just going to be, we'll just kill Shatterer. Well, we can try and stack on the hill and see how we do. I think the way, I've seen some people do organized runs of this, but I really don't understand the event very well. I think you, like, you like, use the gliding at the perfect time or something. You've got an idea of an adventure journal that shows you every dynamic in the event in the game and tells you if you completed it. I think that would be a nice feature, but there may be events I've never seen. See, I like that concept. What I would do is I would roll that into the orders, and what I would have is 1/3 of all the events in the game are associated as bounties for the Order of Whispers. 1/3 of the events are associated for the visual, and 1/3 are associated for the Dermond Priory, or something like that. And you add a new type of daily where you can earn faction with those orders, and randomly it will be those events. And the Priory, the Order of Whispers, or the Vigil keeps track of which ones you've done in the past, and you get titles and achievements and stuff for going through all of them. So yeah, it's a very similar idea, but I would key that into the orders, and then people would feel a bit more order pride. I'd also like a system whereby for world bosses and big events like this, larger metas, you can go to your order headquarters, and it's an in-game representation of what we currently have to go to the wiki for, or we have to download Taco for, or we have to use Guild Wars 2 efficiency for. You know, where you have to go online to see what world boss event's coming up. I'd like it if in-game, if I am a member of the Dermond Priory and I go to the Dermond Priory headquarters, there is an NPC there who's talking about current events. And when I say current events, I mean like Okay, there has been sightings of ghosts in God's Lost Swamp. Be there in the next 10 minutes. And it's an in-game version of those pages. It's an in-game way to see what's happening in the game. I'd also stop the Vigil Headquarters, the Order of Whispers, and the Dermot Priory from being personal instances, but rather public instances. So you can basically every day go to those locations, meet up with a bunch of your other people who pick the same order as you. And there's actually some utility to it because you'll find out where you can go. And maybe they'll open portals for you to get there very quickly. And lastly, I'd have a claiming system whereby... So if this happened, what would happen is the Shadow Behemoth the Shatterer here would spawn. And you'd have a ton of players from the Priory, from Whispers, and from the Vigil all coming. And they've all been directed by different groups. They've all got a bounty. Like, some of them have got the bounty for the Vigil, some of them got the bounty for the Dermot Priory, some of them got it for the Order of Whispers. And what I would do is I would have you know how like the whiskey bar works? Let me show you the whiskey bar. It's on the same map. There's an event, there's a not event, Jesus Christ, giveaway going on in chat. My head's dying, basically. Here, so if you check this out, the way that whiskey bar works is this. It's tech the devs have clearly got in the game. Open a little arena. Lots of players can come here. I'm going to be alone. But what it actually does is it throws up the dungeon voting system. And in the open world, and I can choose, alright, Char, or Branded, or Beast. And this is done, again, this is one of the interesting things that the Ascalon maps do. And so what I would have is after the boss is killed... What happens is before people can get their loot to encourage people to actually interact with this system, you have to claim that kill, that bounty for one of the 3 orders. And so if there are more Priory people in that one, the Priory people will vote Priory, the Order of Whispers people will vote Order of Whispers and whatever. And if it's your one that wins, you get like a little extra whatever on top of it. And so then you get a bit of pride over which one you do, and you got it's like the factions are working, you know, competing for glory over these different kills and things. I think that would be great for the game. Come on, and like there's this like fear, I guess, this really high concept, stupid, unrealistic fear that it would make Guild Wars 2 too. It would make players in Guild Wars 2 too competitive towards one another, and it wouldn't promote a good community or something. But I really think it wouldn't be like that. It would be on the same level as people joking with one another over did you pick Consortium or Priory. It would be exactly like that, and it would be fun. It would add a lot of flavour. It would get people interacting with one another in the game. I think it would be awesome. I mean, be careful with the way you implement a system like that, but that would be so cool. That's the order overhaul, in short, that I would love to see for this game. That I think should have been there from Vanilla Guild Wars 2. Or at least when they standardized world bosses to be on a specific rotation. WP, seeing you do open world stuff, have you heard about the Undiscovered Anomaly achievement? Right, yeah, I have heard about this. So the story, for those that don't know, is that there is a current events achievement, apparently, that no one's got. I'm not that excited about trying to find it because I feel like I don't really play the game or understand the game intimately enough anymore to really be on tier with that. But also, I'm a little pessimistic about ArenaNet because, like, it reminds me of, like, Final Rest, where it's like, Final Rest is in the game, it supposedly drops somewhere. For months, the devs tell us that it is obtainable, it's just nobody's got it. For months, people run, like, that Eye of Zaitan meta event. For months, people do their damnedest to try and get the Final Rest. And finally, the dev's like, oh, sorry, our bad. It was actually impossible to get. And I'm a little bit worried, I must admit. Oh, what the hell? I've never fought this guy. He's reflecting right now, so I shouldn't be auto-attacking. I'm a little worried that this is like Final Rest 2.0, I must admit. And it could just be bugged. It would be Fuxons versus Kurdix all over again. It would be great. It would be great, right? Oh man, I would love to be a part of the Priory. I would love that. That would be so cool. So the way I would do it is, you know how currently you kill the Shatterer and he drops a chest, which you immediately auto-loop. What I would do is this. You kill the Shatterer, and then every player who qualified for a reward... No chest drops yet, but it throws the voting thing up. Order of Whispers, Dermot Priory, Order Vigil, okay? And people get to vote on which one it is. Or maybe even you just have a buff that people are representing. Which one, you know, representing Ellen Keel or Evan Nashblade or whatever, and then that just automatically does it. And the formal voting doesn't have to be a thing at all. But I think by adding the formal voting there, you get people in chat talking to each other saying, oh, I'll vote for this, right? So nobody's got, the boss is dead, nobody's got their reward yet. You've got a little vote. The vote takes 10 seconds of your time. Nothing major. I mean, people bitched about the goddamn 30 seconds in, oh, what was it, 10 seconds in PvP. So, I don't know, maybe people would find a reason to complain, but I just ignore them. Like I say, I would ignore a lot of stuff. Anyway, everyone would vote, and let's say Order of Whispers wins. As soon as that vote wins and Order of Whispers wins, because there were presumably more Order of Whispers players in the group, as soon as that happens, everyone gets their loot from the boss. The same loot as they always did. Everyone is fully rewarded. However, on top of that, the Order of Whispers players get some token or something that they can redeem at the Order of Whispers headquarters later. Like a currency that, you know, slowly builds up over time. That then they can redeem for big rewards. And I'm thinking you'd structure it the same way that Candy Corn Cob's rewards are structured in festivals. You'd have a lot of stuff that's not too difficult to get, but slowly it gets really hard, and eventually you need like stacks of this shit. And it's like years of investment into one, just because it makes it this long-term system that people are forever invested in, that the devs don't have to worry about. They put it in, it's this great reward, it's got this high prestige, there's this thing to go for, and people are continually being fed into the systems. Now people are continually doing the world bosses, and so on. So it's kind of that thing of you're not necessarily taking rewards away from anyone if their order of choice doesn't win, but you are giving people, you know, that reputation credit. Come on, how amazing would that be? How amazing would that be? And I seriously defy you to tell me that it's that hard to do. That after 2 or 3 months you couldn't have put this in the game already, you know, of a bit of grit. Someone tell me. Rep required must vote order. Well, how would that happen, though? They're world bosses. Random groups of people come together out of nowhere and kill them right now. That wouldn't be a thing. And you can't enforce... You can't, like... If you do the voting system, it's anonymous voting. You can't tell who voted for one thing or another. You can't kick people out of open world maps. You can't express... You can't do anything. No, bollocks. I don't think that after 1 week there will be an unspoken rule that everyone will vote for one specific order. If it was the same rewards for Priory as Whispers as Vigil, if it's the same rewards, it's just you get a different currency, yes, I think eventually, not after 1 week, but eventually you could be in a place where the community has generally decided, oh, we all just go for this because then you're guaranteed to make progress. But if it was different rewards for the Vigil, as it was different rewards for the Dome and Prior, as it was different rewards for the Whispers, you'd have different rewards appealing to different people, and you'd have that blend. And people would have incentive to do each thing. Yeah, if guilds do world bosses for things, and then they say, "Oh, can we all?" Then that's fine. That's actually awesome. Do you realize what you've just said there? What happens there is you've got guilds that identify as a Priory guild, or a guild that identifies as a Whispers guild, or a guild that identifies as a Vigil guild. That's cool. That's badass. That's fine. The existence of those guilds doesn't get rid of. I mean, maybe there's a slight chance that you get a random load into a guild map, but then he can just try and get into a different one through LFG. You'd have... I'll tell you what would genuinely happen, what would seriously happen, and it would make the game look healthier. You'd have on world bosses, right now you have Tech Taxi, and that's it. You would encourage, perhaps, Tech Taxi will be voting Priory. Or Tech Taxi. And here's the other thing, okay? It's not like these bosses are now completely pointless to run if it doesn't vote in your favor. It doesn't mean that at all. People run these bosses anyway. The reward is already there. There is already incentive. People are already doing it. It doesn't kill those great... If I was right, oh, I want to run tech today, I'm not going to magically suddenly not do it just because it's not the right order for me. I might try to get in the one that is the right order for me, but if it's not, que sera, sera. There's a billion different world bosses going on. And it doesn't just have to be world bosses either. It could be loads of different events and metas that they put in the game that these bounties come through. So I mean, I think there are worries, but listen, guys, here's something to say, right? Like, almost anything you suggest that could happen to this game, there are theoretical worries with it. You can go hone in on some super niche, irrelevant bollocks, and you can say because this exists, the idea as a whole shouldn't exist. And to do that is wrong. You have to consider all of these options and see which ones are actually important. And I don't know. It would feel like a punishment. Punishment? What are you talking about? I disagree, Toasted Obulus. I don't see what's punishing about that at all. I think that's losing perspective of reality big time. And he's up! Alright, let's go! Let's get him! We should have been over there. But hey, I wasn't the tag anymore, so it didn't matter where I was stood. Please, WP, my penis can only get so hard. Yeah, I know you were playing Devil's Advocate. I'm well aware you were playing Devil's Advocate. Sorry, I get a bit aggressive with the way I speak. No, I know exactly what you meant. Yeah, so I think apparently you can just... I mean, in my review, I'm going to have to talk about this. But apparently this is just the same as it always was. You just stand at the same place and that's it. Should I be healing people? It certainly doesn't feel like we can stand where we always used to. When will the NAEU decision about the guild be made? There's no guarantee it will be made. Listen, guys, alright? Let me just recap everything for everyone. We're currently capped at 500 users all the time. I'm constantly having to kick people. I think, and we're EU and NA, and it's a bit annoying to have to describe if something's going on NA or EU. So we were thinking about opening the Spud Club up to have 2 different branches. And with 2 different branches, do you know what I should be running here? Tornado, baby. With 2 different branches, what we could do is double the amount of players we have, double the number of you who want to come to these events, double the amount of funds that come into the guild, and make it clearer who's doing what. It would be amazing, okay? 2 branches. However, it also has a chance of separating the community. So I mentioned this is an idea we've got, but unless we can find a way of implementing it, it's not going to happen. However, in the case that it does, here's a vote to see which region gets the new hall and has to go through progression again. That's what happened last week. I was very clear at multiple opportunities that this is not a guaranteed thing to happen. This is an if we find a way of bridging the community through both guild halls, so it's one unified chat. If we can do that, in that case, we will bridge. We will go for it. And we are killing him pretty quick, actually, guys. We're doing pretty fucking good here. This is fast. He hasn't even gone into a crystal phase. Oh, well, he does that. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. Why are you running Tornado, Wooden Potatoes? I'll tell you why I'm running Tornado, baby. Hell yeah! Oh, I missed. If you run into it, it can be pretty good. It's a bit like a Rev Star 5. Alright, go, 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 go. However, despite my numerous comments of exactly the situation we're in, and the fact that this is simply a potential, I have seen multiple times since the last week's streams, people saying matter-of-factly, when is it happening? When's it happening? And I get that you can ask when's it happening without also thinking it's guaranteed, but it goes beyond that. There have been a lot of people who have been suggesting this is a guaranteed occurrence. It's not. What, guys? All right, listen. You are in the Spud Club. You are watching Wooden Potatoes. We are not that. We're not like that. All right, stop that. That's crazy. All right, I'm generalizing and being a dickhead. But seriously, like I always see, like when ArenaNet come out with some comment, right, and they're like, "Oh, we might do this. Release date might be here. We're aiming for this. We're aiming for one map every living world." And I'll do a video and say, "Oh, we're aiming for it," and people take it as like it's a fact now. It's not a fact. Why does think? Ah, guys, come on. You're breaking my heart here. Breaking my heart. It's like people don't have room for potentiality in their brain when it comes to announcements. It's just like it's not there. Yeah, but seriously, when's that happening? Oh my god. Can't the other guild guest over to the main hall? No, that wouldn't work. Because then you'd have to... Well, they can. They can in the squad. And you can party. And you can guest over. That's very true. But you wouldn't be able to decorate and stuff. You should just ask ArenaNet to increase the guild cap to 1k. We got a move infantry compact option after all. Yeah, but that's different. Increasing the guild cap might not be as easy as it looks. They talked a long time ago about how they had ideas to increase guild cap, but then they haven't talked about it for ages. I don't know whether that's because it was forgotten or Why am I not getting any loot, it feels like, ever? Oh! The Shatter's Crystal. That's not the guild decoration, is it? Did anyone get one? Ping. Ping if you get a crystal piece. Yes! Somebody got one. Nice. I tell you, I killed Tech and Shatter so many times. It's never happened. But yeah, alright. Anyway, guys, yeah. It's just a thing. I promised to split guild. Yes, that's what I'm trying to express. God, I'm doing so badly at it. That's what I'm trying to express. People taking potentials as promises. And it's crazy. I think more of us than that, alright, guys? It's not a promise. If anything, it looks more like the split won't happen right now. The poll is still running, and you're welcome to vote in it, but the existence of the poll does not make the split a promise. I think he is just being satirical here. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, go hand your stuff in. I want to see if we can actually make another statue. Hey, I'll close the stream off by giving you a little preview of the magical forest, shall I? Which so far has never appeared on the streams. It wasn't a video, maybe you missed it. Maybe you didn't care because it was a bit of a spoilery video about the next expansion. This is what you made, guys, after the last stream. This is what you made. And I think it's fucking incredible. It's a shame it's night, because I think it does look a bit better in day. I don't know, it's hard to assess. This is the magical forest. And boy, is it good. I have kept trying to craft stuff as much as possible. More trees. We're completely out of trees. They've all been placed down. But I've been making like potted grasses and stuff here. So this decoration trader, guys. Come here and hand your stuff in. Here, shatter of crystals. And hopefully we can get more. And hopefully we get a few more in guild storage. And I can make another statue out of it. Hopefully, since we all ran that. We got a hollow, as you can see, the first one. Fractal relics are going to be really hard to make. Actually, guys, I made a really cool doc last, how long was it ago? A few days ago, talking about all of what we've got going on right now with decorations and themes and things. I would really love it if you checked it out, just at the end of the stream here, because I'm quite proud of it. It's very pretty, all right? If you want to get a feel for what the Spud Club's doing and stuff, let me just quickly... where is my Google Drive? What folder is it in? Here we go. Here we go. Alright guys, in Twitch chat, go to Twitch chat right now. Click the link that's down there. And check that out. It's a doc that shows you like all our progress on all the statues that we've got on the One of Everything challenge. Finally, they had Wells the other day, so we've got Wells now. On the themes we've got coming up, like Balloon Apocalypse, Super Adventure Extreme, Castles, and Jade Seas, and stuff like that, and all of our fun stuff. But look at this. Look how crazy this is. I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, can I join your party or can I join the guild? Just to have a tour of it, basically, at the moment. Just because they liked what they saw in the videos. And there's a few other techniques. Loneball says, do you want me to make another globe for the guild? Oh my god. I have a gift of exploration laying around. Dude, if you did, that would be epic. I think we've got 2 globes right now. I mean, another globe would be fucking bonkers. That would be very, very cool. I don't know whether... It's up to you whether you think it's worth it, though, dude. It's up to you whether you think it's worth it. But yeah, it's just... It's awesome. The hall is looking so good, guys. And in so many areas has it been decorated. The upper precipice... The upper precipice is just kind of like lots of trees and mushrooms everywhere and not too much detail work like we see in the other areas. Like some of these interiors could be quite nice. One of my favorite areas, I must admit, is the inside of the scribing building, the workshop, which I actually filmed a time lapse of it being created, which looks really good. The inside the war room looks great. I'm not using it, I will do. That's crazy, dude. I actually learned how to sync stuff into terrain and geography as well recently, so I'll show you guys that soon. Any idea if it will be possible to get PvP wings next season? Did ArenaNet decide? You mean the Season 1 back piece? They said you can, they haven't revealed how. Like, look at this, it's amazing. I actually quite like the potted plants. It looks so good. So let's see here. Gold's Shatterer is what we just killed, as you can see here. And so we've got 1 silver so far. And 8 crit. See, look, even after the whole guild, well, not the whole guild, but a lot of people in the guild ran it, we still didn't even get 10 for a single bronze. They're hard to get, man. They're slow burners. They really are. But yeah. So anyway, there you go, guys. That's the Shadow Behemoth speed kill. That's a really weird, eclectic stream filled with a bunch of different things. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what's on the books, what we've got planned. Stick about for guild missions just after this, which I think I will be participating in. And until then, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Come and have fun and check out. I don't really know who else is online at the moment. I should start hosting people a bit more. But until tomorrow, guys, have a great evening. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you soon.